Stars and Strikes Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet.
The creek is rising in Goose Creek. The Goose Creek Gators open their doors to the Berkeley Stags as Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet, brought to you by Stars and Strikes, rolls into a very important Region 7 5A matchup as the undefeated Goose Creek Gators take on the Berkeley Stags, both 1-0 in region play. Hi, everybody. I'm ABC News 4's Dean Stevens, along with Everett German. This series was not played between 2010 and 2018. I was stunned when I learned that stat because this has always been an awesome rivalry. For Berkeley, they come in with a high-powered offense, but their defense very stingy, giving up 15 a game in their wins.
Yeah, one guy getting the job done. It's Jacob Dunn. He's a 3-year starter at linebacker. 2 weeks ago, a big overtime win over Somerville. He had 13 tackles, but more impressively last week, a high-powered Wando offense only able to generate 13 points against Berkeley. Jacob and the defense, they get it done.
Jacob and the defense got to keep an eye on the Goose Creek quarterback, Manny Mukamu. But setting the table for Manny is an awfully big kid.
Yeah, talk about big. Jaden Johnson, a sophomore, 6'4", 305 pounds. He's a pulling guard. He's a moving guard. When he's coming your way, that defense of Goose Creek, they better be on the lookout.
The winner of tonight's region game going to take control of first place in this region. Very important. Second-year head coach Jason Winstead trying to rekindle that magic back in 2010 when the Gators went 61-6 in that 5-year span. Friday Night Rivals, Goose Creek and Berkeley coming up after this. Yes.
We do.
Yes. Check, check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dean, check, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And Mike check, 1, 2, 3. E-Dog in the house. Jumping around. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Welcome back to Goose Creek, everybody. Along with Everett German, this is Dean Stevens. The Berkeley Stags coming to town in the white jerseys and gold pants with those signature gold helmets. The Goose Creek Gators dressed up, and they're all black with white stripes down the pant leg and white on the shoulder pads. Your Roper St. Francis game time temperature tonight, 70 degrees. We've been waiting for that one. Roper St. Francis, where experience matters. You'll see a lot of show of pink tonight for Breast Cancer Awareness Month as well. Goose Creek won the toss, and they chose to kick off. David Kennedy, the junior kicker, will handle the duties. Boots it deep, and boots it long. Taking it up at the 17-yard line as by number 23, Walik Boyd, taken out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. Yeah, and that is where Berkeley will set up shop tonight.
Cameron Lawrence on the stop for the Gators.
The starting lineup for the Berkeley Stags tonight. It's Hearn, Ferguson, Cooper, Powers, and Johnson. A very, very good front five. Willie Chisholm, great quarterback. We'll talk a lot about him tonight. Luke Gatson put up about 100+ against Wando, and 3 really good wide receivers in Butler, Meggett, and Willis. Started at the 25. Chisholm back. He's got a wide open man. That is number 6. On to the outside, that is Eric Green. Gators defense looks like Johnson, White, Burgess, Kennedy, Allen. They're the front 3, and then Allen, Simmons, Capleton, Tolbert. This is Simmons' linebacker crew. He is the leader of that group. Ravenel, Wigfall, Daniel Pryor. This secondary, all of them returners, and that is a huge help for this Berkeley defense as they pick up 4, or Goose Creek defense. They pick up 4 in that first play. And that quick slant up the middle by Luke Gatson going to be dropped about after a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, Gavin Burgess on the stop, the senior defensive lineman. He's going to be a problem for Berkeley. We saw in his initial play here. Nice job of filling the gap and making sure that the ball carrier did not escape from his grasp.
It sets up the first 3rd and 5 situation of the night. Chisholm, the quarterback, 5'11", 160 pounds. He can also run the ball. Watch him to get out of that pocket. He also likes to sling it. This one a bit outside, incomplete, trying to find Green.
The opening possession for Berkeley, nothing too fancy in terms of the passing game, just some timing routes as Chisholm not able to connect with Eric Green. So it'll be a 3 and out for the Stags, and we'll get an opportunity to take a look at this Goose Creek offense for the first time tonight.
Berkeley's punter tonight, R.J. Miller, number 42. 1 Gator back deep. Plenty of time to kick it. It's a low punt. Going to bounce off to the left and be stopped at about the 38-yard line. And that's where the Gators will take over tonight. So the Gators on offense, led by Manny Makumu, their quarterback, number 3. There you see Jaden Johnson. We talked about him at the top of the show. Just a sophomore. Got an offer from Georgia Tech already. As for the outside, look for Muzan to get a lot of throws, as well as Taylor. And they will run it a little bit with Malachi Washington when he's in the game. You see Manny wearing number 3. As Goose Creek drops 4, he's going to roll out. Looks like he's going to run it, and that's what he's going to do. Going to be dropped right back at about the line of scrimmage. Jaden Broughton brings him down.
Yeah, good penetration by the Stags.
Berkeley's defense brought to you by Spinks tonight. Cancer, Middleton, Broughton, and Shane Walker. There's Jacob Dunn. Everett talked about him a little bit. And then Ravenel, Jackson, Graham, and Miles Walker. Randy Robinson called Miles Walker his shutdown corner. That's all you need to know about him.
It's safe to say, don't expect the Gators to try and test Walker on that side of the field.
2nd and 10. Akuma's going to take it right back up the middle. Look at the strength and the power. Taking it out to the 50-yard line, and that's a first down.
It's going to take a lot of Stags to bring down Makumu, the 6'1" senior quarterback. 190-pounder, and definitely didn't even think about passing in that particular play. And you talked about it, Dean. He's a dual-threat quarterback. Not only can he put it on the ground, but if he's forced to throw it, he can do that as well.
It's a Low Country Orthopedics and Sports Medicine first down. Our first of the night as they move the chains, start at the 50-yard line. Malachi Williams to the right. Mukamu looks left, going to throw it. Left going to be a little bit high. And when I say a little bit high, DJ Matthews goes at 6'2", 170.
Yeah, in that situation where plenty of time, so good job by that offensive line of Goose Creek. If you're Berkeley, you're going to have to put pressure on this Goose Creek offense. You can't allow Makumu that much time back there to survey the secondary.
Mukamu's brother, of course, plays for South Carolina, defensive back. Played here. He's going to look right, going to throw right to Williams. Williams stuck And a great open field tackle on the bottom of that pile is number 24, Miles Walker, junior DB.
Yeah, 5'9", 155 pounds. But you talk about coming up from his cornerback position and being able to shut down that swing pass of Goose Creek. So you have to like the aggressiveness of this Berkeley defense so far this evening.
Williams only has 22 rushes on the year, so you see this is a pass-first offense for Jason Winstead's offense. Mukamu back, he's going to take it down the middle. He's got an open man. What a great play over the top, and here comes a flag. Stephen Graham, who had an interception touchdown versus Wando last week, looked like he came over the top, batted it away. See if there's contact, E.
Yeah, he may have been just a tad bit too early here, Dean. I thought it was perfect timing, but no, good call by the official, as he definitely got there just a half second too early, and that's why the pass interference will be called against Berkeley.
Mukamu able to throw the ball just right over the linebacker, Jacob Dunn, to be able to float that ball in there. We've seen the arm strength already tonight, a little bit of touch on that one.
And that's what you have to throw over that initial line, which of course would be the linebackers, that first line of defense, and able to kind of drop it in, as you mentioned, Dean. So nice touch on that last pass.
Started from the 35. That's Williams on the inside, going to pick up about 5 yards before he's brought down by Shane Walker, number 92.
And it doesn't matter what level of football, Dean, you have to be able to run the football in order to throw the football. So the sooner you can establish that rush game, that's going to open up things in the passing game for Goose Creek. And right now we're seeing a good mixture of run and pass by the Gators.
Muzan sets up behind Mukamu. Williams to his left. 4 guys go in motion. That'll confuse you for a minute. Mukamu back. He's got a guy over the middle, overthrows him. And boy, if he had taken a look to his left, he had a wide open Malachi Williams.
And you almost think that swing pass, that's going to be his drop-offs. That's always going to be there. Give credit to Mukumo trying to throw the ball, push it down the field. He's got the guy wide open, but just like on the previous couple of plays before, a little bit too high. He's got to step into that, Dean, bring that ball down, and give his wide receiver an opportunity to come up with the catch.
So 3rd and 4 now.
And this is the down and distance, obviously, if you have to have a third down, which is good, Dean, because you can either run it, pass it. The playbook is wide open.
Mukamu's got to break up the middle. He's going to pick up the first down and more. 23 wants nothing to do with him. That's Malik Boyd, as Mukamu shows his strength and his drive, taking it down to the 9.
Yeah, that low country orthopedic first down run there by Mukumu. He gained that run in the weight room during the summer. He's looking for contact. He's not trying to avoid it. He is simply running through tackles. It takes 4 white jerseys to finally get him on the ground.
A 21-yard pickup. Sets up 1st and goal from about the 9-yard line. Jason Winstead, great story. He and Randy Robinson of Berkeley, close friends, but not this week. Ball in and out of Mukamu's hands, going to pick it up, see if he throws it away, and he will throw it away. Brought down by number 94. All right, keys to the game, dog.
Yeah, when you look at Berkeley, the chisel, chip away at Goose Creek's defense. You got to pick them apart, Dino, through the air and then slice them up with the ground game. For Goose Creek, now, the defense, they forced 14 turnovers through the first 5 games. Actually held Fort Dorchester to 31 points, which that doesn't sound impressive, but it's very impressive. They come in averaging 35 points a game, and that's what being shut out at Fort Dorchester. So in their 4 wins, they've averaged 44 points. They got to get points on the board.
Mukamu had a receiver. He had Muzan across the middle, but there's your guy, Jacob Dunn. He can tackle, he can deflect.
And once again, Dean, being in the right place at the right time. You know, again, you don't necessarily always have to be athletic to have success at the linebacker. You just have to be able to have a high football IQ and anticipate where the ball's going, and that's exactly what Jacob Dunn did on that particular play.
He's 5'11", 195, but a 3-year starter at linebacker for Randy Robinson. DJ Matthews set up in the backfield. There's a 3-man motion now. Malachi Williams to Mukamu's left. He's going to flare out left. He's covered. And he's going to throw the ball deep in the back end zone. What a throw. What a catch by Damon Muzan.
That's the touch that we talked about. He actually had his crossing guy that ran the skinny post wide open as well, but give credit to Makumo. This is a perfect pass, lays it right into the hands of Muzan, and that's the first score of the night for the Gators.
Maybe more impressive was how Bukamu stood in the pocket with pressure coming.
And he knew he was going to take a hit, but again, being a senior quarterback, been through the grind, he knows what to expect. And that's why he was able to deliver the perfect pass for 6.
The Gators, there's a flag down on the play. Missed the PAT. It's David Kennedy. Going to be a roughing the kicker.
It looks like it's going to be enforced on the kickoff, Dean, maybe?
Yep.
So essentially that's, you're going to move the ball up 15 yards. If you want, Dean, you can almost try a onside kick because you'll be kicking from, I believe, the 45-yard line.
So obviously that kick was good. Makes it 7-0 game. As we go to break right now, Goose Creek strikes first. No, we're going to keep it right here. Because obviously if he would have missed the kick, they would have accepted the penalty and tried it again.
So the Gators are up 7-0 in a very impressive opening drive for Goose Creek. If you're the Gators and obviously Jason Winstead, you could not ask for a better start. Defense forces the 3 and out. Then your offense promptly takes its first possession and marches the ball right down the field, running it, throwing it. Got the benefit of a pass interference, but was able to take advantage of the penalty.
So Manny to Muzan, 10 plays, 64 yards. That's exactly how they wanted this game to start. Kennedy deep in the back of the end zone. Let's see how Berkeley responds. Willie Chisholm leads this offense. I was talking to Coach Robinson the other day. He kept talking about Trey Chisholm, and I started looking around. And I see his name's Willie, so I went up before the game. I said, Coach, I'm a little confused here. Is it Trey or is it Willie? And he goes, well, I've known him his whole life as Trey, but he goes by his given name of Willie, and that's what you call him tonight. I said, absolutely.
Because we don't want upset mamas for sure.
Yeah, there's a quick pass to the outside. You can see the speed right there by Hakeem Meggett, the 6'3", 180-pound senior wide receiver, picking up 8.
And a late flag came in, Dean, from the far sideline. I saw Meggett obviously with his helmet off, so I'm not sure if it got ripped off or what happened there, as we'll take a look at the replay. And, yeah, I'm anticipating a personal foul, but let's see what the call is from the official. Personal foul, yes, indeed, a face mask against Goose Creek. So that will tack on an extra 15 yards.
Again, the Chisholm story. His brother DJ played here last year, one of the fastest guys I've ever seen on a football field or a basketball field. He's playing at Middle Tennessee State right now.
Just got a touchdown a couple of weeks ago, didn't he? I remember Scott Eisberg
he
commenting.
Did. Chisholm looking left, looking right, going to roll right, telling his receiver to go deep, has him stopped there, makes a nice break on the ball. That is number 11, Devontae Pryor, the senior safety.
Good job. With great anticipation. We're seeing some solid athletes on the field here tonight, Dean, in terms of guys in the secondary, big-time wide receivers. And, you know, we look at these two teams. I just happen to know, Dean, another great from Berkeley, from back in your days when you were obviously working in sports. We'll finish the story here after this impressive run by the Stags.
You take it out to the 50-yard line. It's Tykeem Haynes. Looks like a minibus. Picks up 5 or 6 on the play.
But I was saying, Dino, I know, because obviously a good friend of ours, but Mal Lawyer, remember, played at Berkeley, also played at, he does one of those 7-on-7 things in the summer, and I recognize a lot of these kids' names, so I'm pretty sure there's a lot of kids that play on a 7-and-7 team going against each other right now.
Looks right, throws right, gets to Meggett. Meggett's effort's going to have him pick up 5-10, an extra 15 yards. Goose Creek had him stop short of the first down, but you see Meggett right there and why he's getting interest in some small colleges right now. That is a first down, a Low Country Orthopedics and Sports Medicine first down.
6'3", 180 pounds, the glide of the lanky wide receiver, good hands. And again, yeah, you're right, Dean. You can see why he's getting some interest from colleges.
Haynes to the outside, switches hands, gets popped by Jaquil Wigfall.
Tell you what, Dean, we have some big running backs here in the Low Country, some tanks, some guys that have that low center of gravity that can absolutely move for their size, and Haynes is no different, 5'9", 190 pounds. You can best believe that Randy Robinson will be utilizing him a lot tonight.
I call it 2nd and 4 now from about the 27-yard line. Chisholm's going to look left, he's going to scramble left. Waits patiently, underthrows his wide receiver. They'll call it incomplete.
And he kind of rushed his throw that time, Dean, but if you take a look at the replay, he actually had time to kind of get his feet set, kind of get his shoulders squared and deliver a nice pass. The one thing that we've seen from both of these quarterbacks is they're going to have to put some finesse on these passes. They can't throw the bullets. They're going to have to allow their wide receivers an opportunity to come up with the catches.
Goose Creek going to bring looks to be about 10 guys within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. They're going to bring a blitz up the middle. Chisholm waits. Oh, in and out of the hands of number 6, Eric Green, and he had nothing but the end zone ahead of him.
And that's probably why he missed that one, because he saw the green grass and not a black jersey in sight. This pass was a perfect pass from Chisholm. Hit him in stride, actually led him to the end zone, but you got to watch the ball come into your hands and then take off if you're a wide receiver.
So it's a 4th and about 4. We're going to have a penalty flag. Looks like Berkeley jumped on the line, which will set up a much different situation for Coach Robinson.
But you're still too close. You can't punt the ball. You're still not obviously in field goal range, so you're going to have to go for it. And I have to think that Coach Robinson and his offensive coaching staff, they have a play or two that be designed to pick up at least 10 yards. So let's see what they elect to do here.
I'm a much bigger fan of having them start their drive inside of the 10. We'll see what Chisholm does. He's going to roll out of the pocket, gets pressure on the backside. He's going to throw it, and he's got a ball in and out of the hands of number 2, Solomon Butler. So Goose Creek going to take over. A nice defensive stand with a little help from the offensive line of Berkeley.
And I'm not so sure Chisholm might have been able to run for that first down if he had elected.
7-0 Goose Creek in the battle. Friday Night Rivals. We're back after this. Welcome back to Goose Creek. It's a 7-0 Gator game. Right now, let's as the teams are huddled up on the sideline, let's go down to our sideline reporter. He's our Hall of Famer. He's Brody Hart.
Dean, what you know? All right, so let me tell you something. If you got some free time on like a Friday or a Saturday night, you've got to go to Stars and Strikes. We're talking laser tag. We're talking bowling for the kids and the adults. We got alcoholic beverages for mom and dad. Whole lot of games. I've been there a few times. That place is awesome. I've got Brian Taylor with Stars and Strikes. All right, so I just mentioned a whole lot that you can do at Stars and Strikes. But starting tonight, you can do something else. What's that?
Tonight, Escapeology open. We have 3 escape rooms right now, so they're fantastic. Did open tonight. This is our opening weekend. Everything is half off. We do have a couple more spots if you want to go ahead and try to book it out. But obviously, we're going to have it open from now on. So you have 3 different escape rooms to go through. You get an hour to get out of a room. It could be a team from 2 to 6 people, and we just have a good time. We also have some great food packages that come with that. So it could be a whole party that night for your team, as well as some good team building is built into that.
Yeah. This place is like Disney World. You literally cannot hit it all in one night. So what do you have any like good team building exercises? The escape room obviously would possibly be a good team building exercise depending on who you got with you, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, of course we do have the Escapeology, but we also start off with bowling. Bowling, everybody likes to play each other in bowling, see who's better and get a little work talk going at each other. But also we do have laser tag. Get some teams together. Let's go ahead and have some fun shooting at each other, see who can win. We also have some great bumper car things that you can do against each other, be teams of 4 against each other. So it's a good time. There's a lot of stuff we can do, a lot of great food and conversation to be had.
Brian, thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Have a great one.
All right, guys, I just heard a whole lot of cheering. What happened?
You're going to hear a whole lot of,
That
flag
one was
back
easy.
behind the play. It's going to erase this 33-yard play. Brody, man, we've missed you.
Yeah.
Brody.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know we missed you.
Dean,
We haven't seen you in a while.
It is so good to be back on the sidelines. And I'll tell you what, if there is a better spot for football, high school football in America tonight, I don't know where it is, than right here at Goose Creek High School. What is it? 70-something degrees.
Just 70.
Yeah, two excellent teams, low humidity, nice little breeze down here on the sideline tonight. So, I know you guys have probably the best view in the house, but I don't know if you got the same breeze that we're
I
feeling.
don't know.
down here.
I like your look, by the way.
Yeah.
Stars and Strikes proud to present each participating home school a check for $500. The grant provides each school with extra funding to help make their school great. Over the past 9 seasons, Friday Night Rivals and our sponsors have donated $100,000 to low-country students and schools. Congratulations from My TV Charleston, ABC News 4, and Stars and Strikes. 3rd and 12, trying to get the play back. Mukamu across the middle, in and out of the hands of number 27, back into the hands. That's Jalen Ravenel.
Yeah, nice stop by Miles Walker. Seems like now both quarterbacks slowly but surely start. Another outstanding strike from Mokumo. Dean, you mentioned that Stars and Strikes, they've donated $100,000. That's pretty good. That's 1 week of your salary. That's
Yes,
pretty,
it is.
Pretty good.
Malachi Williams going to take it up the middle, pick up maybe a yard or 2. Man, I'm really impressed with Mukamu, how he throws the ball and then just his toughness of wanting to put his head down and run you over.
It's kind of having that swag. You can tell he kind of has that swag about himself that, he knows he's a great athlete. He knows he's a good quarterback. And again, he doesn't want to take the easy route. He wants to run someone over. So it'll be interesting to see how how this plays out for the rest of the night if he continues to look to initiate the contact.
He's back in the pocket again. He's got a seam on the left side. He's got to throw it. He's got Matthews down to the 30-yard line. Helmet comes off of the Berkeley defender. That's number 12, Marcel Jackson.
Another strike by Mukomo. And able to look at him, Dean, just able to step up in the pocket, keeps his head up the field, and delivers the strike. That's most quarterbacks at this level. They look to, once they feel the pressure, just take off and run. That's not what he did. He is looking to push the ball down the field.
1st and 10 from the 29. It's a Low Country Orthopedics and Sports Medicine first down. Malachi Williams' story is an awesome one. I'll tell you about that. Out to the right. Mukamu's going to tuck it and run. Going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards on the play. Malachi Williams just started playing football. He was a point guard of the JV team when Jason Winstead saw him playing and said, son, Let's have a conversation.
Let me holler at you for a minute.
Yeah, so he so sure enough, he comes out, and man, he's played really well, the starting running back.
And it's just that athleticism. I mean, some people just have it, and you look at most of the high schools around here, Dean, the football programs that have been revitalized, even when Chuck Reedy was here, it's all because he went and got kids that played basketball.
Okamu's across the middle, short just a little bit. Incomplete. And
they thought it was.
Got some extracurricular going on behind the line of scrimmage. Talk about that in just a minute. Hey, fans, we're giving you an opportunity to vote for tonight's Rockstar Cheer of the Night. Log on to abcnews4.com/poll and vote for either of tonight's cheer squads. That'd be Goose Creek or Berkeley. You can cast a vote for the Rockstar Cheer of the Night. Results coming up later in our ball game.
What a great night. Brody touched on it. For football, Dean, 70 degrees. Berkeley fans have come out tonight. Goose Creek, just a perfect night for some high school football in the Low Country.
They go Malachi up the middle, quick feet, going to take him out to about the 17-yard line. That is enough for a first down. Low Country Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, another one.
Yeah, Jordan Miller on the stop for Berkeley, and right now Goose Creek is just simply flexing their muscles and just lining up and running right at this Stag defense. Almost as if to say, hey, we're coming, stop us if you can.
Well, we came and did this game, did a Goose Creek game here last year, and that was the first time I had a chance to talk to Jason Winstead, his first year on the job. I was impressed then, even more impressed tonight in the showing. Mukamu flushing out right, throwing it back across the middle, dangerous pass, in and out of the Berkeley hands, received by DJ Matthews, and another touchdown for the Berkeley Stags.
Right place at the right time, the old tip drill. That's why you have to lock in, keep that concentration, delivers the pass. Should have been an interception, but instead it falls right into the hands of Matthews, and the Gators are rolling right now as they have the early 13-0 lead.
I believe it touched two sets of Stag hands, or paws. And Matthews from 19 yards out. Kennedy with the PAT. And it's 14-0. And right now, the pupil is taking the teacher to school.
So no thing, when I keep looking at Mukumu, is it just me? He reminds me of a high school, somewhat smaller, obviously smaller version of Cam Newton. Like, he just kind of looks like he even runs like Cam and throws like Cam, and he just kind of carries himself like Cam. And on that particular play, Dean, a nice job by the senior quarterback, once again absorbing the hit but still able to deliver the football.
More importantly, they take 4:04 off of the clock, that 10-play drive, putting the Gators up now 14-0 with a $127.
And if you're Berkeley, you can't get it all back in one play. Still plenty of football left to be played. We know they trailed for the majority of the game against Somerville, able to come back. So if you're Randy Robinson, you just want to calm your troops down, get the football back, go on a long, sustained drive, and see if you can put some points on the board.
All this started with a defensive stand by Goose Creek. Berkeley takes it at the 14-yard line and then just popped at the 15. A flag's going to come in. That is number 35, the big hit there by Andrew Marabella.
It'll be interesting to see what the call. Oh, maybe a block in the back by 27, perhaps, being Jalen Ravenel. But let's get the official call from the white hat.
There it is.
So that will negate what would have been decent field position for the Stags. And right now, if you're Berkeley, you proved on the previous possession that you have that ability to move the football against this Goose Creek defense. It's just a matter of going on a sustained drive, but more importantly, capitalizing and putting points on the board. You don't want this to get away from you early on in the first half.
They're going to go to the run. They're going to be stopped on the run. On the inside, that is number 45, Andrew Allen, the linebacker.
You're starting to see this Goose Creek football team starting to feed off of the energy in the crowd. It's obviously a big rivalry game. Some great games in the history between Goose Creek and Berkeley, and all of a sudden now this defense starting to look like they got a little life to them.
They're going to look right. They're going to throw light. That's Chisholm to number 9, Ja'Kai Willis.
Goose Creek, Wake Fall, and Simmons on the stop for the Gators.
I think Berkeley just needs to settle down, get back in their game. And I agree with you. There were a couple of times Chisholm looked like he could have tucked the ball and run. See if he depends on his legs a little bit more here. He's going to swing this pass out to number 2. That's Solomon Butler. Butler now to the 35-yard line. Call it a pickup of 5.
Melvin Ravenel on the stop. And these are confidence throws for Chisholm. Nothing down the field, just simply getting in the rhythm, watching the football fall into the hands of his wide receivers, gain that momentum. Then, of course, which you hope if you're the Berkeley offense, is this Goose Creek defense will start to kind of creep up, and you can hit them with the big play over the top.
Chisholm looks, going to hand it off. No room to go. Really nice tackle. Stuffing up that hole is number 56, Gavin White Burgess. So big, needs 2 names.
Well, we talked about him a couple of days ago, Bert. He's going to be a problem, Dean. He's got good size, he's got good quickness, and that's why he was able to wrangle the Stag down.
We said it at the bottom of the hour, the first line. The Creek is on the rise. This Friday Night Rivals season, we're proud to continue to spread the love with the Synovus PB&J Blitz benefiting the Low Country Food Bank. Local high school that donates the most jars of peanut butter and jelly wins. Synovus will give $100 to the winning school each week, $2,500 to the overall champion at the end of the season, with half going to the school and the other half to the Low Country Food Bank. Synovus is proud to help tackle hunger right here in the Low Country.
Solid first quarter for the Goose Creek offense, Dino. 19 plays for 128 yards of total offense. And Kumo, 5 of 10 for 65 yards passing, and rushed 5 times for 42 yards.
Pick it up 3rd down and about 8. He's going to go deep. He's got Butler on the sidelines. Does he keep his feet in? He does at the 47-yard line. A Low Country Orthopedics and Sports Medicine first down.
Big time throw and a big time catch by Solomon Butler right along the sidelines, able to get his feet down, the elbow in. And that will continue the drive for the Stags.
On a 16-yard pass play. They're going to run it up the middle. Nothing going there.
Is that my guy again?
That is Gavin White Burgess. That's how you wrangle cattle in the plains of Texas. Just grab him right around the neck and throw him down.
I mean, if I'm the Berkeley offensive staff, I'm going to find out wherever 56 is, and I'm going to run away from him. Maybe try to make him run sideline to sideline, because clearly running right at 56 is not working well for the Stags.
Drive started back on the 20-yard line. They're going to try back up the middle again. Pick up 4, make it about a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, shocker, but Burgess on the stop once again after Gadsden got a little bit of running room. Also on the stop for the Gators.
Andrew Allen called his name a couple of times so far. Your guy just striking a post, sitting on his fanny.
And Tajay Johnson as well. So about 4 black jerseys on that particular stop, and now a huge 3rd down coming up for the Stags.
3rd and 8 from about the 48. Kamu rolling right, throws that way, tipped out of the hands of Butler. And Megan can't reel it in.
Almost another circus catch, Dino, as you saw Chisholm roll right, trying to throw on the run. And once again, probably didn't have enough time. I've got to think, Dino, somebody ran the wrong route. You normally don't have 2 guys in the same area that close. But the Gator defense does its job, and they'll get the ball back.
Devontae Pryor deep for the Gators, set up at about the 30-yard line. Get a little bit of confusion, conversation going on between some of the gold jerseys. That would be the coaching staff of the Gators. As they talk it over, we'll let you grab a drink from the fridge, make a bathroom run. It's 14-0 Goose Creek over Berkeley. Welcome back to Goose Creek High School. We talked a little bit about the relationship between Randy Robinson and Jason Winstead. When Jason was at school at Clemson, he was an assistant coach at Daniel High School as he worked for Randy Robinson. In fact, won a state championship with him at Daniel High School. He then went on to be defensive coordinator at South Point High School, won 5 state championships in 7 years. Now the two facing off here as Randy came back to Berkeley, did a long history here in Berkeley County as the punt's kicked from about the 35-yard line. Pryor's going to take it at the 35 for 25, take it out to the 31-yard line. But it's a really cool relationship between those guys.
I would have to say, and of course, you know, meeting up in the upper state, but coaching here in the low country makes it a lot more special.
Robinson hired back in 2016, but he began his education career at Berkeley Middle School in 1989, and then was an assistant at Berkeley from 90 to 93. He was at Daniel from 95 to 2016. That's where he hooked up with Winstead when he first met him. He was an assistant coach for 9 years, won a couple state championships as defensive coordinator, and then was the head coach from 06 to 2016, won 6 region championships, was a state runner-up in 2013 when they lost to Myrtle Beach on a field goal, last play of the game. Because Mukama was going to air it out again. Going to pick up 10. He throws it to his outside guy. That's Kion Smith. So both of these guys been around winning programs.
What year, Dean, was that when they lost to Myrtle Beach?
That was in 2013.
Well, after we go downstairs, I'll have to tell you about that game.
Our man Brody Hart downstairs with the David Ayler Law Office Educator Spotlight.
Hey guys, so you never really know who you're going to run into at these games. I've got Dr. Eddie Ingram. He is the superintendent of Berkeley County Schools. All right, Dr. Ingram, we've got 2 Berkeley County teams playing each other tonight. Right. Are you allowed to pull for one or not?
Well, not really. People ask me that all the time. So sometimes I'll split my time. I'll be on one sideline one half, the other sideline the other half. But, you know, I've been coming to high school football my whole life. over 50 years, quite honestly. From when I was a little kid, my dad brought me. It's just what I do on Friday nights, and it always gets me excited. And I think high school football, there's a special atmosphere, especially here in the Low Country. It's almost a college-like atmosphere with people tailgating and just having a good time. I saw earlier a Berkeley high school class was having their class reunion over here at Goose Creek. So it's just fun for everybody, and I'm glad to see the kids getting the attention. And we appreciate the coverage that you guys do of our local kids playing football.
Yeah, well, talk about student athletes. How big of an opportunity is this for these kids, even on Friday nights, to come out?
Well,
and play?
it's a memorable thing. I didn't coach football; I coached basketball years and years ago, and we used to tell kids, and I think the same thing holds true today. Treasure these moments, because not everybody gets a chance to put on that uniform, and these are things they're going to be able to take with them throughout their entire life, and they'll never forget. And sometimes they don't understand the impact it has until it's all over. But I think it really galvanizes school. It gets kids plugged into the process, and the whole community can get behind it. So it's an exciting, important part. And it's not just football, but the other sports as well, athletics. And a lot of people don't know this, but in almost all states, and I know that there have been studies done on this, did you know that high school athletes have higher grade point averages than the rest of the student bodies?
I believe it.
So it's really, really a good thing.
Dr. Eddie Ingram, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. As he's the superintendent of Berkeley County Schools, that's one of the fastest growing school districts in the state of South Carolina. That is a tough job.
One of the fastest speaking superintendents as well. And so the follow-up question here for us, Brody, up at the booth is, did you play high school sports?
I played high school basketball and high school baseball.
And your IQ, that's why your IQ.
Brady does look like a shooting guard. I got it. He's got that look.
Yeah, that was about the only thing I knew how to do was shoot. Wasn't big on defense. Tried to go hard in the post, but yeah, it's kind of tough when I only weighed 130 pounds in high school.
It's all right. Another penalty, back-to-back penalties by Goose Creek. Very uncommon, uncharacteristic of them this game, and fairly clean. Ball tipped away there.
Nice job by Jaden Brock.
Yep. Sets up a third and a long way to go. E-Dog also a high school athlete. Why his IQ off the chart?
That's right. That's why when we have our player scholars at halftime, I hear these GPAs of 5.2. I'm like, add my 4 years together and I'd be 5.2 as well.
Berkeley brings a blitz up the middle. They got the outside contain. He's going to flip it over the middle. Dangerous pass, is able to complete it. And that is to number 9, Dimitri Simmons. Not enough for the first down, but will help the punter certainly.
How about this improvisation here by the quarterback? Almost like the Tim Tebow jump throw. And like you said, Dean, a very dangerous play, but fortunately it worked out for Goose Creek. However, not enough, and so
another flag down on the play.
And all of a sudden, Dean, yeah, you're right. This Goose Creek disciplined football team has gotten awfully sloppy. So I believe it's going to be a legal play, man downfield. Which the Stags are going to decline the penalty, and they'll wait for the Gators to punt it to them. And, and you're halfway kind of through the season, Dean, and these penalties now may not seem to be that big or that significant, but come November, when you're in the playoffs, everything matters. And so that's why Coach Robinson and also Coach Winstead, they want their teams to kind of try to play that perfect game and eliminate the silly penalties.
Line drive punt. It's going to be taken by Hakeem Meggett. He's got a blocker to the right. He's going to try to turn the corner. He gets a great block on the outside by number 24. Heck of a block to the outside there by Miles Walker. Helps him spring it for another 10 yards.
If I'm not mistaken, it looked like Simmons of Goose Creek there to blow him up right there on the sidelines.
Watch him come right here.
Yep. Free the guy, and a big hit right there against Meggett will stop him from picking up any further yardage.
Both Meggett and Butler, number 2 and number 4, are getting looks from some colleges. You can see why, very elusive. Meggett with a good frame, 6'3", 180. Butler quick at 5'10", 178. Chisholm starts the offense here. They need a score. He's going to throw it across the middle. There's Butler at the 50. He's going to cut it to the outside, a little stiff arm. Going to pick up the first down. Hopscotch his way out of bounds at about the 44-yard line.
If you're Randy Robinson, you have all of these playmakers on the outside. Get the ball to these guys in space and let them do their thing. An outstanding pass here over to Butler, and Butler able to turn it up down the sideline and get what he can and get out of bounds.
15 yards. Chisholm to Butler. Berkeley needing a drive that results in points here. They're going to try it back up the middle. Gets good push finally. Pick up at about 7 yards by the running back, Luke Gadsden.
And Pryor on the stop, Devontae Pryor on the stop for the Gators. And we talked about how Berkeley had some difficulties running the ball up the middle. Well, now that you're passing the ball, it forces this defense to spread out some.
Gadsden 128 yards last week against Wando. Fake inside, going to throw it to the outside. Complete pass for the first down to Willis, senior wide receiver.
And Pryor once again, back-to-back stops from his defensive back position, and it seems like finally this Berkeley offense starting to get a little consistency. Passing game starting to pick up. The running game, holes are now opening against this three-man front for Goose Creek.
Low Country Orthopedics and Sports Medicine first down. Gadsden going to take it back up the middle, stopped by that black wall of Gators.
And Markeith Johnson, the big man, 6'4". They got him listed at 242, but Johnson looks a lot bigger than 242. He's got to get out there and be that lead blocker and allow his running back, Gadsden, to kind of trail behind him. So 77's got to get out there and lead the way, Markeith.
Gadsden's got breakaway speed. That's 128 yards versus Wanda last week on just 9 carries. Had a 64-yard touchdown run. He'd love to pocket one for about 30 right here. Chisholm back, lift left, going deep down across the middle. Receivers seem to pull up. Willis seemed to break off his route a little bit. The ball falls incomplete, setting up third and about 8.
It just seems, Dean, as long as you and I have been here in the Low Country, the one constant, whether it be for Berkeley or Goose Creek, is always good offensive linemen. I think back to Kevin Rivers, back
Kevin
in the
Rivers.
day for Berkeley.
South Carolina.
Yeah. Obviously.
Committed under an oak tree.
Yeah.
He made that oak tree look really small. Chisholm back, throws it, fakes it, goes in the middle, finds no love at all. Finds nothing but Gators. Going to be stopped.
And Quinn Tolbert, one of the Gators there, leading the charge for Goose Creek. Also, the man Gavin Burgess. That hole that was there quickly able to be chumped up by the Gators.
Gators defense playing really, really well tonight. Gave up just 7 points last week in their win against Cane Bay. Gave up just 31 to Fort Dorchester. It was 21-7 at the half in that game. Goose Creek was within the 5-yard line, fumbled the ball away. Could have made it 21-14. Instead, they fumbled it away, and then Dorchester finishes off the win with 31-14. But again, they give up 6 to Stall, 10 to West Ashley. He said, Winstead said to me the other day, he said, the only regret we have is that first game against Ashley Ridge. They lost 21-20. He's like, that's why we should be 4-1. He said, we're fine being 3-2. But the thing I love about this team, he said, last year, if we lose the game the way we lost that game, he goes, we struggle for the next 2 or 3 weeks. He goes, this team bounced back. All right, let's go downstairs and check on our friends from Synovus and their PB&J Blitz food drive.
Hey guys, all right, so I've got Caitlin Dale with the food bank, Jerry Teacack with Synovus here with me. So I'm going to talk to Jerry. I'm going to talk to you first. So hit me with some of those tasty peanut butter and jelly fun facts.
You know, 94% of all Americans in their house have a jar of peanut butter.
And you told me you're one of the 6%.
One of the 6%ers, yes, sir.
I just don't understand it.
Well, yeah, there's got to be somebody, right? And that's me.
You said something else. It was how much peanut butter and jelly sold every year?
Peanut butter is about an $800 million business in the United States annually. It's a lot of peanut butter.
Well, I mean, the peanut butter and jelly blitz, it's a big deal.
It's a really big deal for us in the food bank. You know, I think we've raised over 26,000 pounds so far this year. It's like a 10% more than last year. So it's really an attribute to the people, the schools that are actually have embraced what we're trying to accomplish and helping out our community.
Now, Caitlin, tell me, for the food bank, how big of a deal is this for you all?
This is huge. We really appreciate getting peanut butter and jelly, shelf-stable products that are also nutritious as well for all of our clients, our children, seniors, and families in the Low Country. So it's a huge deal for us.
Yeah, and peanut butter and jelly specifically, I mean, it's hard not just to love that, right?
Absolutely. It's one of our most asked for items, so we're super excited to get it in this mass quantity.
All right, I believe we have a check right here. Guys up in the booth, you got some numbers for us, am I right?
A grand total.
Yeah.
Take a look at this. Goose Creek picks up 525 pounds. So that check for $250 going to Goose Creek tonight. Grand total for the drive so far, 3,093 pounds, more than $3,200 raised, which equals 26,000 pounds. That's awesome.
Hey, guys. Are we up there?
Yeah, I got you.
How many peanut butter and jellies would you estimate you've eaten in the last year of your lives?
In the last year of my life, not as many as maybe I did through high school.
I'll tell you this, Brody. I've eaten 5 this week, 1 a day, because the protein in the peanut butter. So, it's good stuff.
It's a staple in the Hart household, I promise you. Like, whenever we just don't feel like making dinner, peanut butter and jelly.
That's awesome.
Here's the real question.
Tell
Dino.
Mr. Jerry, thanks so much. Really good guy. Been a friend of the Low Country for a long time. Goose Creek picks up a first down. Williams to the outside. Love those feet. Go out to about the 45-yard line.
Getting back to the peanut butter and jelly, Dino.
What you got?
How many sandwiches or how much peanut butter and jelly do you think Jaden Johnson can throw down?
Jaden Johnson, I bet, could eat 5 peanut butter sandwiches in one sitting.
Of course, number 70 for Goose Creek, the sophomore, 6'4", 305. He may just take the whole loaf of bread, just dump it in peanut butter and jelly.
Mukamu sprinting it out left. Power runner taken down by number 25. That's Jacob Dunn.
Sideline to sideline. The good linebackers, that's what they do. And Jacob Dunn, again, just a high football IQ, able to stop the speedy back of Goose Creek.
Let's be very clear here tonight. Berkeley has been on a roll the last couple of years. Goose Creek looking for respectability. Mukamu looking for room down the sidelines. Oh, Muzan had it in and out. Great defensive play by the Stags.
Yeah, he went for his Darion Brown, the senior wide receiver. Great ball thrown there with the shoulder fake. Puts air under it, allows his wide receiver to kind of go up and try to catch it at his highest point. Had the ball momentarily, but knocked out of his hands. Great defense by the Stags.
Miles Walker, what did we say earlier?
Shut down.
Lockdown corner. Slapped out of the hands. Makes it 2nd and 10 from the 50.
Four-man front here for the Stags. Here's they bring the
pressure up the middle. Mukamu showing some strength and some scrambling ability to the outside. He's got a blocker out front, picks up a nice block, picks up 14 on the scramble.
Yeah, all because of Malachi Williams. Able to free up Kumu to pick up some additional yards. I'm telling you, Dean, I'm just looking at the kid, like all of his mannerisms are just like Mr. Newton there in Charlotte.
Jordan Miller almost had him in the backfield.
And this is very important for Berkeley. They really cannot afford Goose Creek to put another 6 points on the board here. I'm sure the Gators, they would love to run out this last 4 minutes and 27 seconds and cap it off with some points.
Williams to the outside, gets it back inside, find a little pressure in there.
Big tackle.
Really nice tackle by, is that number 90, Jaden Broughton?
No, we're going to go ahead and give it, Dean, instead to Keyshawn Middleton.
You're going to just call me out.
The 5. I did not. I was just
you're good.
You asked me a question. I was just telling you,
right.
you
I know where you live.
You can't have.
I was still stinging from last week, man. I got beat up by you in the first 7.
You can't have Ms. Middleton upset because you don't give her kid, the credit. Good tackle, Keyshawn.
Fakes it, throws it, sacked. Finally, Berkeley defense comes up with a big play. That is number 7.
Javion Snow finished off by Mr. Dunn. Good job by Snow. Just kind of held on for dear life. And my man Jacob just finishing the drill. And now a big 3rd down facing this Goose Creek offense. As you notice, Dean, both ends have play clock. So the Gators, they're trying to milk this as much time off the clock as they possibly can in the event that they aren't able to pick up 13 yards here. They don't want Berkeley to have time to march down the field.
Mukamu 6'1", 190, and he's got the arm to show for it. A nice play on the corner, the lockdown corner. Miles Walker kind of getting in the way of Malachi Taylor. Just doesn't allow him to proceed to the end zone to chase that ball down.
And a little surprised at that play, Dean, not necessarily that they threw the ball, but if you're trying to keep that clock moving, maybe a more high percentage pass, one that maybe a swing pass or something that even if he can't pick up the 13 yards, try to get maybe half of that, knowing that you're going to go for it on 4th down.
Here's my surprise. If you're going to go for it on 4th down, why don't you try to pick up 4 or 5?
Right.
Cut that 11 and a half. And Winstead, pretty darn good coach for a good reason here. So we got 4th and 11 now. Goose Creek defense has stopped Berkeley twice on 4th down. Winstead now wants a timeout. So he does run the clock all the way down. Going to call that timeout with 3:08 left on the clock.
But it goes back to the clock wasn't running because of the incomplete pass. So he went for the home run, and I agree with you, Dean. That situation, cut it in half. You see this Berkeley team, it looks like they're playing a 2-safety defense kind of on top. So that should mean that the seam route should be open. So maybe a tight end or a running back out of the backfield, get them matched up on a linebacker and see if you can expose them in the middle of the field.
It'll be an interesting decision with just a little more than 3 minutes left in the half. If he decides to punt, I would much rather have Berkeley's offense. I mean, they can strike big, and they can strike big quick. I'd much rather have him down inside the 15 than give him the ball at the 37-yard line.
And I agree with you, Dean, in terms of Coach Winstead obviously forgetting more football than I'll ever know. But in this situation where the ball's at the 37-yard line, if you punt them and you pin them inside the 5-yard line.
He ain't punting.
Right.
He just sent the special team guys back to the bench. Hey, let's go down to the sidelines with the David Ayler Law Office Educator Spotlight, and Brody Hart will split screen this, and you see what happens on 4th down here. Brody?
I don't hear anything, by the way.
All right, I'll take it over from here. Mukamu blitzed up the middle, scrambles out right, pressure to the backside, throws the ball. Nice catch by number 27, Kyan Smith, but I think he's going to be short. I think where he comes back to catch the ball, maybe a yard or two short. Take a look.
It's into the pan. A great scramble that time by Mukumu to keep the play alive, be able to throw on the run. He catches it behind he was behind or past the yard marker, but his momentum carried him forward. So it's going to depend on the spot. And much like you said, Dean, they're going to mark him short, and Berkeley will take over on downs.
Maybe by a yard or two. But it sets up Berkeley now with 2:58 on the clock.
And 3
Ball
timeouts.
at the 26-yard line. Butler to the outside. Great open field tackle. That is number 6, Jakia Wigfall, the senior safety.
We said his name a couple of times, coming up, running through the blocks and blowing these plays up. So a simple swing pass kind of led him down the field. Missed block there, and Wigfall able to get him on the ground.
2:30 and counting. We've not seen a big strike yet. Chisholm back, pressure up the middle, pressure off the edge. He's directing his receiver, tries to go back to his left. Megan, a dangerous pass, gonna fall short. Will stop the clock, set up a 3rd and 10.
Credit the defense coordinator, David Hill of Goose Creek, for sanding the house and moving Chisholm off of that spot. So they want to make him throw on the move, and that's exactly what they did with the pressure coming up from the middle.
Brody Hart now down on the sidelines. Equipment working, Brody.
Hey, Dinner. Yeah, so I've got Shamika Washington. She's the principal of Goose Creek High School. Big deal to host Friday Night Rivals. How you feeling about it?
Absolutely. It's great to host tonight. It kind of tells us that we're doing something right. Folks want to come out and see us.
So, what else? What else is going on with the school this year? Goose Creek High School having a good school year so far?
Oh, we're having an awesome school year. One of our big focuses this year, we're making sure that our students get what they need through personalized learning. We're also the home of the Berkeley Center for the Arts, and in fact, our choir performed tonight with Charleston Southern University and got a standing ovation. So there are a lot of great things happening at Goose Creek High School.
Including this high school football game right now.
Including this football game, and we're up 14-0 and almost halftime.
Ms. Washington, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Guys.
That punt moves on. Damon Muzan. He is absolutely catches a break at the 37-yard line. He's about to, is that number 6 or 8?
That would be number 5.
No, who touched the ball?
Oh, was it 6, I believe.
Was it 6? All right, Mrs. Muzan, I'm sorry. No, it is 8.
It is 8 for sure.
It is 8.
Yeah.
It's Damon Muzan. kid's all academic, right? He just got a little greedy. Real greedy.
But
it's all good.
From a strategy standpoint, Dean,
Yes.
if you're Berkeley, you didn't take any time off the clock hardly, and now you're giving the ball back to Goose Creek. Now, granted, they don't have any timeouts, but we've seen the big play capability of this Gator offense. So if you're Berkeley in the secondary, keep everything in front of you.
And I think what we've seen so far tonight, Goose Creek has shown the ability to hit big plays. Let's see what they do here. Mukamu, he wants it deep.
Pass interference.
I think he just ran up the back leg. That's Malachi Taylor. I think he just ran up the leg of the Stags defender, Stephen Graham.
He went down about the 35-yard line. They were going for it all. As you see right there. I guess it is kind of hard to commit pass interference when you're in front of the guy. So, yeah, that one, Dean, you are correct.
Thank you. Talk about Mukamu. Winstead been so impressed the work he did in the offseason, got bigger, stronger. Flag comes down here.
Look at my guy, Jaden Johnson. I mean, just massive false start. And I believe that was on Jaden, if I'm not mistaken. But Dean, I mean, okay, he's 6'4", 305 pounds, but he's a sophomore.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, can you imagine having to feed 70 on a daily basis?
Yeah, he's got that Georgia Tech offer. This is why Mukamu, his pocket is protected up the middle. He's got a hole there, zips the ball down to Muzan down at the 50-yard line. It's going to be enough for a first down. And that's why Muzan has got offers from Albany State and Fort Valley State.
Wallach Lloyd there on the stop for the Stags. But when you give him time, he's able to kind of step into it and deliver a strike. And a nice throw by Mukumo.
I like how active his feet are in the pocket, keeps the ball up around his ear. And a leader of this team.
And if you're Randy Robinson right now, you have to make sure that your defense, probably a smart timeout here to make sure they kind of gather their breath and just kind of make sure they're all on the same page. You don't want anybody being left unattended running down the field. So if you're Robinson, make sure everybody's got the correct defensive signal. And if you're Goose Creek, you know, they're trying to take away the big play. You still got plenty of time, 1:13. Throw the short pass and just kind of chip away, work your way down the field.
Jason said Mukamu can make throws this year that he could not make a year ago. And I think that's because he's gotten bigger, he's gotten stronger, and he's gotten a year older. Threw a school record 6 touchdowns in their win at Stall, and against Cane Bay, he was 20 of 23 with 4 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown as well. Pretty good.
These kids these days, they put in so much time during the offseason, Dean, just throwing and conditioning, and all their hard work pays off.
Looks left, going to tuck it, going to get sacked. About the 43-yard line, 106. Gators do not have any timeouts left. That a coverage sack, he wanted to go left. Checked his read across the middle, wasn't there. Good pressure on the inside by Jordan Miller. And number 35.
That's DeSaussure?
D'Adrian Desure. Little
okay.
jet screen out front to Muzan. He's got some wheels. He's got Jaden Johnson in front of him. Look out for the big fella. Down to the 38-yard line and a first down.
Just like a out of control, just milk truck just going down the field. That's a good person to run behind. Look at the big guy. Just lead him down the field. And a smart decision by Muzan to run behind my man, Jaden Johnson.
Mukamu's got all day. Oh, nice pass across the middle. I believe that's Kion Smith. And oh my goodness, number 7 for Berkeley, Javion Smith is going to hate to see this. Javion Snow right through his hands.
About to say, because if he got a finger on it, probably broke his finger because he threw it so hard. But a nice step, nice throw for Mukumu.
16 on the clock. I think Berkeley's going to call a timeout here to get their defense back together.
And that's a break for Goose Creek. The clock was running 15 seconds, a little bit of disarray. So the Gators will catch a break. And somebody get my man Johnson some water. I mean, my man's working hard. He's all the way down the field leading the way. Get the man some water.
You said it. You said it in the opening. You get this guy in the open field, you better be moving your feet because it's like a refrigerator on wheels coming at you.
Just out of control. I mean, he couldn't stop him. He had his weight going forward, and, he takes another 5 yards. But, you like to see the effort of the big guy leading the way for his teammates.
You go back and you look at where this team was. I mean, Goose Creek, I said at the top, they were 61-6 from 2010 to 2014, that 5-year run with Chuck Reedy. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. State champions in 2011. And then for a 3-year period, they were 14-19. And 2017, 2018, they won 5 games total.
Right.
Total games. Last year, Winstead with 3-6, really wanted to make the playoffs, didn't make it. This year he said, we know we can make the playoffs, and we're going to be competitive in every game. 1st and 10, 20, 13 on the clock. Mukamu back. Mukamu across the middle. Got a guy just over the tips of the fingers of Muzan.
You love the patience of Mukumu. Just didn't want to necessarily rush it, allow his wide receivers an opportunity to free themselves and get open. So very patient here. Great blocking once again by the offense. Let me look at that pocket. Clean pocket, just the pass just a tad bit too high. And Muzone not able to come up with the catch.
All right, so with 9 seconds left, Winstead's going to settle for the points. It's going to be about a 37-yard field goal. David Kennedy, we have covered this young man, it seems like, for the last 10 years or so. The kick is up. It's a little short. So Kennedy, the junior kicker, needed it from about 37, dropped it to about 35. So Berkeley's defense dodges a 3-point bullet.
And that's a major win for Berkeley because, as we mentioned, they could ill afford to allow any points on that drive if they wanted to stay in this game. So not their best half, obviously trailing 14-0 unless a big play happens here. Just a chance to go into the locker room, regroup, refocus, and you still have 2 quarters left of football.
Goose Creek, if you're keeping score at home, will get the 3rd quarter kickoff as they're just going to snap it and kneel it, and we're going to go to the break in the half. It's a 14-0 game. Surprising to some, not to the home team Gators. We're back with a Roper St. Francis halftime show after this.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready. Hey guys, I'm here with Coach Jason Winstead. Coach, how are we feeling right now?
Well, it's good to be up, but we left some points on the board right there. So there's some things we got to fix on defense. They've gotten us a couple times on offense, so hopefully we can go get it straightened out.
Yeah, weren't able to punch it in. Still up 14 right now. What are your words for your team right now?
All right, just keep doing what we're doing. They're a second half team. They had a huge comeback just a couple weeks ago, so we got it's a long way till it's done.
Coach, good luck.
Thanks.
All right, guys.
Welcome to the Roper St. Francis Halftime Show. We understand that your health and those you love matter the most at Roper St. Francis. Experience matters. Brody Hart now down with the Goose Creek head coach.
Hey guys, I'm here with Coach Jason Winstead. Coach, how are we feeling right now?
Well, it's good to be up, but we left some points on the board right there. So there's some things we got to fix on defense. They've gotten us a couple times on offense, so hopefully we can go get it straightened out.
Yeah, weren't able to punch it in. Still up 14 right now. What are your words for your team right now?
All right, just keep doing what we're doing. You know, they're a second half team. They had a huge comeback just a couple weeks ago, so we got, it's a long way till it's done.
Coach, good luck.
Thanks.
All right, guys.
All right, Brody, thanks so much. Good-looking night for football. Good-looking home team tonight. Great crowd on hand. Scott Eisberg joining us down on the sidelines from earlier tonight. Scotty.
Hey guys, joined by Margaret Stipa from the Ayler Law Firm, presenting our Scholar Athletes of the Week. Each and every week you guys do this. Why do you do it each and every week?
It's really rewarding at the end of the season when all the applications come in to review all of the applications, and it just serves as a reminder as to how hard these students have worked, and it's really inspiring.
David Ayler says year in and year out he's just kind of picking his predecessor, if you will, the next kid who's going to be smarter than he is. For you, is it fun to kind of watch these kids year after year, what they accomplish and then what they move on to accomplish?
Yeah, and it's amazing reviewing these applications, what they've accomplished. I mean, community involvement on the field, off the field, it's really, really inspiring.
Pretty impressive what's going on here in the Low Country athletically and academically.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is Margaret Stipa from the Ayler Law Firm, presenting this week's Scholar Athletes of the Week. Of course, at the end of the year, they watch those videos and pick the Scholar Athlete of the Year. It is a fun thing to see each and every year. And that will do it from the field. We'll send it back to you guys upstairs.
David Ayler Law of his Writers Law Group proud to highlight a scholar athlete from each participating school. The student selected will have an opportunity to win a $5,000 scholarship. Jacob Dunn from Berkeley, a 4.566 GPA, active in football, weightlifting, baseball, track, community, foster care program, you name it, he does it. There's our man Damon Muzan, GPA 3.28, top 30% of his class, took a couple of AP courses last year as a junior, as a multi-sport athlete involved in his church and church-related athletes. Thanks to David Ayler being part of Friday Night Rival. It's a 14-0 Goose Creek game. More from the Roper St. Francis Halftime Show when we come back. Welcome back to the Roper St. Francis Halftime Show. We understand that your health and those you love matter most at Roper St. Francis. Experience matters. Tonight's trophy, and that beautiful backdrop provided by RKO Total Graphics. You can find them in downtown Charleston. You ready to go?
Yeah, it's our favorite time of the broadcast, Dino. Thursday night lights, Friday night rivals start out in the Chattanooga, Tennessee. The simple screen pass and watch my man go. Just dragging people with him. Lost the ball right to his teammate. Looks like a little Julian Edelman. He's going to take it to the house.
That was splitting the Red Sea right there. Does he really take it to the house? No,
he does. He stepped out at that 2-yard line.
McCallie. Bishop ready. Columbus Academy out of Columbus.
Oh, you got Moss. Come on, man. You can't let him go over and catch it like that. Come on, man. Get up.
Hillsborough Beach out of Nashville. Low snap. Never a good sign.
Nope. Right to the hands of the Michigan Wolverine wannabe helmet.
That's not a wannabe helmet. That is.
That's true.
Dayton, Ohio. We got the suplex.
Not a wrestling WWE big man. Get him on the ground and then wipe it off like peanut butter and jelly.
Steubenville.
Oh, man. Come on. Where's the defense, Dino?
You could have run through that defense. That I like. That I like.
Is it a live ball?
That I like. And it's coming back the other way.
Kind of like the Dallas-Miami game.
Number 21 needs to block somebody.
Oh, no, come on. No, it's not. Oh, what a block.
Oh, and out of bounds, had 15 out of that. Oh, did a coach just grab that kid?
But
look at the effort by number 10.
That's why you never give up. Yep, that's a fumble. That's why you never give up
that's
on
gotta
the
be the
play.
defensive play of the year. That I'll buy into.
Oh, man. And that's your highlights from around the country.
Got 5:40 left in the halftime show. We're back with the Roper St. Francis halftime show. Stay with us, everybody. Welcome back to the Roper St. Francis halftime show. We understand that your health, those you love, matter most. At Roper St. Francis, experience matters. Time now for a Rockstar Cheer of the Night. Take a look.
Black and gold. Where the D? Where the C? Where the H? Where DCH? Where DCH? We're the home of the black and the gold. We're black and gold. We're black and gold. We're DCH. We're black and gold. 1, 2. We're number 1, you know we're the best. Come on, crowd, yell BHS.
All right, so you see the deal. Log on to abcnews4.com/poll and vote for either Goose Creek or Berkeley. Cast a vote for the Rockstar Cheer of the night. We'll have the results coming up later in our football game. A 14-0 Goose Creek lead. We're back at the start of the second half. After this. Welcome back to Goose Creek High School. Berkeley Stags slowly making their way out on the field. Goose Creek has been out here for a little bit. You take a look at the 25-yard line. You see the 9 doves, the palmetto moon, the palmetto tree, but those 9 doves representing the 9 lives lost at Mother Emanuel. Sharonda Singleton Coleman, who was the track coach here at Goose Creek High School. Her son Chris Singleton, of course, played here and at Charleston Southern. Meant quite so much, not only to this athletic program, but to the entire Goose Creek family. And they honor her and the other victims and the survivors of that deadly night on their field here. As we take a look at some of the scores from around the Low Country tonight.
Stall right now. Somehow they managed to put up 20 on Somerville, but see the Green Wave with 34 right before the half. Wando in a barn burner with Stratford, 7-2 at the half.
I'm sure that's not the Cardinals and national score there,
Could be.
By the way, these scores brought to you from MUSC's Youth Collaborative Leaderboard. MUSC's Youth Collaborative leading the Low Country and Youth Substance Use Services. A couple other scores to talk about.
The big game, that was, I believe, it was Ashley Ridge and West Ashley. That being Bobby Marion, the old coach at West Ashley, now the offensive coordinator at Ashley Ridge. So the opportunity to see his former team for the first time.
Go down to the field. Brody Hart standing by with head coach Randy Robinson.
Hey guys, yeah, Coach, right, you're down 14-0. What'd you tell your team at halftime?
Well, we got beaten every phase of the game. They're out hustling us, out playing us, out coaching us. So we got to play a little bit better. We're going to get beat.
Tell me the one thing you really hammered into your team, one area you really want to see difference in the next 2 quarters.
I'd like to see us run on off the field. We have no enthusiasm. They're excited to play tonight, and we're not.
Yeah. Coach, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. guys.
Hey, Brody, while I got you there, we
Yeah.
got a couple more minutes to kill here.
Love it.
Is that just the worst part of being a sideline reporter is talking to the losing coach?
Yeah, you know what? That was I really got Greg Popovich there, just a little bit. I can tell. You know, he was talking about. You can tell when he comes over, he's got the hat up on one side of his head, and I don't blame him. I mean, you're down 14-0. He's upset. Last thing he wants to do is come talk to me. We got a lot of football left, guys. We got 2 quarters. There's plenty of time.
Listen, you have excelled both on and off the field, in and out of the newsroom, right? I don't need to tell you anything, but you know, the only suggestion maybe instead of, you know, what did you tell your team at the half, maybe something along the lines of how loud did you yell at the half? Something like that, Brody.
That's a good one.
You like that?
That one away. Next time we have a tough news show back in the newsroom, I'll come find you on the set, and I will ask you that same question.
You should just walk up behind me and whisper in my ear and say, "That's not how you pronounce that word, Dean."
It's okay.
Oh, okay. Look to your left, right? Look to your left. See number 3, the quarterback. No, yeah.
On
the track.
It's on the track. He's on the track. He's walking away.
Yeah, I see.
How big is he?
Let's see. I'm about 6'2.5", 6'3".
Pretty thick?
That's not a kid that I would want to meet in the backfield.
You would want
I would not want to try to sack number 3.
I'm telling you, Brody, I've been trying to tell Dean, the guy reminds me his mannerism of Cam Newton. I mean, he's got that size that he's just a big physical quarterback.
Yeah, he runs well. He does a good job back there. He's definitely, I mean, I can understand why this team is leading this football game. He's having a good game.
We love you, Brody. Kickoff down to about the 20-yard line. They're going to take it from the left to the right of the field. He's got a seam, and he's got a wall. It's Damon Muzan out to the 45-yard line.
And thank goodness Eric Green able to slow his progress, or that could have been a kickoff return for a touchdown to start the second half.
That's Dimitri Simmons. My apologies to the Simmons family tonight. But that was almost looked like a setup play. Take it to the left. The wall was already set up. And they start off with some excellent field position, the 47-yard line.
It's all about execution. I really think the tone of the rest of this game is going to be set on this drive. If Goose Creek goes down and puts 7 on the board, that's going to bode well for them. And obviously Berkeley must come up with a stop.
Flag on the play. Simmons going to take it out of about a 3-yard gain by Stephen Graham, but that flag came quick.
On in the area of holding. So we wait for the official call from our head referee, and it is indeed holding. Let's take a look at the holding right there, maybe in the middle of the, maybe right there.
No, I came way before that. He came way before that.
Maybe it was double holding. They just caught the first one.
Like a double stuff?
But you know, on those situations, then you had outstanding field position, and now, you know, it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So now you've gone from, you know, 1st and 10 at the 47 to now you back it up. You're all the way at the 34-yard line.
Right. We call it 1st and about 21, 22. That goes to a different page of the playbook. Mukamu fakes it left. He's going to sprint up the middle, get some pressure to the outside. Pressure from the back, but look at Mukamu go. Gets a nice little check block on the outside by Malachi Taylor. And he makes up the 15 and then some.
Yeah, nobody open. Great job by the offensive lineman. Again, just kind of holding their blocks long enough to allow him some open space and his opportunity to get in out in the open and pick up almost a first down. He picked up the penalty yardage and some. Brings up the 2nd down and short. And here's Dean, where if you're this distance, I say throw it down the field. Just go for the bomb and see if you can kind of catch them on their heels.
3 in the backfield. Muzan and Matthews split. They're going to run the ball. They're going to keep it on the ground. Be interesting to see where they spot. As Simmons looks like he got enough for the first down. And they will give him a first down.
Jaquez Cancer on the stop for Berkeley. Got him down at that initial tug, the back of the jersey, and then able to finish him off. So what seemed like a not so promising first down play, 2 plays later, and the Gators are in Stag territory.
I know it's awfully early, but you look at that 1st and 21 and the pickup by Mukamu as the critical play of this game as he hits Muzan for 10 and a first down.
And Berkeley really, for the most part tonight, has not been able to put pressure on this passing game. Mukumo's had all type of time, able to take a look at his first option, second option, third option, maybe come back to the first option, and when none of those options have been open, he's been able to take off and pick up positive yards. So really give credit to this offensive line of Goose Creek. They've done a nice job of keeping the white jerseys off of Mukumo.
That's a back-to-back Low Country Orthopedics and Sports Medicine first down. They start now from the 32-yard line. Mukumo looks left, zips it out left. Man, a good ball to Matthews. Matthews is going to run, collide with Marcel Jackson. And the Gators continue to press forward.
Yeah, Matthews, a simple 5-yard out there. And it seems like the secondary of Berkeley giving them a lot of space. And give credit to the Gators. They're taking what the defense is giving them. As you see now, the Berkeley secondary, they move up and almost play man-to-man coverage.
I think Randy Robinson said it correctly. Goose Creek came out to play this game. They were excited to be on TV. I'll tell you what Jason told me about that. And they have just taken the energy right out of the Berkeley game plan. Mukumo, a big reason why, looks down to the right side of the field, double coverage. Matthews not able to get a hand on it.
Tom Mukumo a little greedy. He had his back out of the backfield, wide open right there in the middle of the field. As you see it right there. Tried to get the big play down the field.
Malik Boyd on the outside getting a hand on it.
What you saw, Kion Smith kind of standing there like, hey,
you know what? I think there's a mindset with Manny right now that he's like, I can get 10 whenever I want it. I might as well try to get pay dirt right now.
Right.
2nd and 10 now. We've got the Stags defense on the heels, and here's the run. He's got a man to the left. He wants to pitch it. He's going to cut it inside, and he's going to take it down to the 1-yard line. That's where they're going to spot him, and he's got the first down.
Yeah, he's making guys miss. He's under control. And right now, everything going the way of Goose Creek. Again, another clean pocket, a big hole, and give credit to Mukumo that time as he took what the defense gave him, and that's why he almost ran it in for a touchdown. But instead, it'll be 1st and goal for the Gators.
Mukumo back, looks left, he's going to scramble right. He's going to get popped as Jacob Dunn, the senior linebacker. He brings energy to that tackle.
Jacob's had enough of that. Of course, our David Ayler scholar athlete. Jacob's probably thinking the force that he used to make contact with Mukumo, keep him out of the end zone. That's no easy task. I mean, as we talked about it, kid's 6'2", 190 pounds.
I think Mukumo was popped right there pretty good. He was the last one out of that pile. I don't know if he's got problems with that face shield, but he was kind of fiddling with it.
Look for the run here. I don't think you'll see him try to run it in himself. Look for a handoff up the middle.
There's a handoff up the middle. That's to the outside, Dimitri Simmons. And a 3-touchdown lead. Improbable, likely. Goose Creek is taking it out of the Stags right now.
And that was easy, barely touched. Just really surprised at the effort of Berkeley tonight. Seems like we heard Randy Robinson mention it at the half with Brody. It's just like they seem to be a half speed slower than Goose Creek. So the Goose Creek offense, they did exactly what they needed to do, is take the opening drive, take some time off the clock, and go down and finish it off with a touchdown run to extend their lead to 21-0.
Welcome back, everybody. Goose Creek, first drive out of the locker room, put together a 9-play, 53-yard, very simple, very easy drive, taking a few minutes off the clock, making it 21-0 game. Always happy to have our sponsors with us tonight, including MUSC's Youth Collaborative. Let's go downstairs and Brody Hart.
Hey, Dean. Yeah, so I've got Brittany Bryant over there and Renee Roundtree right beside me. We're going to start out with Brittany, so tell me, what is Youth Collaborative? What are we talking about?
So the Youth Collaborative is a group of clinicians and researchers, and we're all dedicated to fostering really healthy adolescent development, and we're also trying to make a really positive aspect and impact in the community. And so we provide clinical services, research opportunities, educational programs, but it all focuses on substance use prevention and intervention. We also encourage our youth to pursue careers in science and discovery. And additionally, the Youth Collaborative is a entry point for our community. So if there's any parents, any adolescents who are interested in learning more about it, we're happy to provide more information.
Awesome. Speaking of providing more information, Renee, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, so there's a few different ways families can contact us. They can call us at 843-792-9257, or they can text youth to 44332, or visit us online at MUSC Health/Youth Collab.
That's like a lot of contact information to have in your head at once. That is impressive. Yes, thank you both. Appreciate it.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys.
All right, Brody, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Akeem Make-It taking a little jet sweep, popped at the end by, I believe that was Andrew Allen. We're going to go back up the middle, trying to get the running game going first. Looks like that was Gadsden up the middle, going to pick up 5.
You know, Dean, despite being down 21-0, there's still plenty of football left to be played. If they go down and get a score here, get the defense back on the field, come up with another stop, this is a brand new ball game. So by no stretch of the imagination is this game over. Goose Creek has to continue to play hard, because you know Berkeley will, as he almost took it to the house.
I'm going to tell you something. I believe that was in the middle. It was either Powers or Cooper. Absolutely lit somebody up in the middle.
Bam,
there it is, right there. And they opened up the hole.
Timmy Cooper.
6'1"
senior offensive lineman. And that's how you get the job done. And if they can establish those types of holes, then yes, absolutely Berkeley will be able to crawl their way back into the game.
Offensive line's had enough, that is for sure. And now if Chisholm can get things running in the passing game, there's the quick out to Willis. Willis going to take it for the first down, +4. Low Country Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, first down. Been busy these first 2 drives.
And they need to continue doing that, Dean. It's those simple throws that are resulting in the big plays for Berkeley. You don't necessarily need to always throw it down the field. Unless the blitz coming, you don't need to necessarily get Chisholm out on the corner. So let him just make the quick throws and let his receivers do the rest of the work.
They're going to go right up the middle, spinning around, nowhere to go. Nehemiah Simmons with the tackle.
Simmons was determined not to let go. It was almost like being on a merry-go-round.
5'10", 235. He's the leading tackler of this team. And let's not overlook this. This Goose Creek defense. See what they've done. This year they gave up 7 to Cane Bay, 31 to Fort Dorchester, 6 to Stall, 10 to West Ashley, 20 to Ashley Ridge.
They're big. They're fast. They're athletic. They can go sideline to sideline. Everything that you want and need from a defense, Goose Creek has.
Chisholm back. He's going to scramble. He's got the feet to do it. Makes a couple of nice spin moves. Going to reach out for the first down to the 15-yard line.
And that was all Chisholm on that particular run, as Quinn Tolbert there to bring him down. But give credit to that young man. Refused to go down. Should have been tackled a couple of times. Spun his way out of almost 2 tackles. And the second effort of Chisholm picks up the first down.
They're going to spot him about 2 yards short where the ball hit. I thought he was down at the 15-yard line.
Well,
I'm not going to say it's a questionable spot, but I question the spot.
We both know this is 4-down territory, so the Stags have 2 plays to pick up 2 yards.
3rd and 1 now from the 17. They're going to give it to Gatson on the inside. He will fall forward for the first down.
Gatson, just a sophomore, 5'8", 170.
There is a bit more of a sense of urgency to this offense right now, as Tykeem Haynes comes in. Had a touchdown versus Wanda, ran for about 70 yards. There's a quick pass outside to number 6. That's going to be Eric Green. Called his name a few times. I'll probably write it down now, right?
Wigfall and Tolbert on the stop for Goose Creek. And continue doing that. Don't get greedy and try to throw the ball down the field. If you can get a stop or get a score here before the quarter ends, now you've worked yourself back into the game.
Chisholm going to take it to the inside to Haynes. He's tackled from the backside.
And that counter play.
It's Quinn Tolbert.
Snuffed out by Tolbert. Tried to run that counter. Had a pulling guard as well, but unfortunately Hunter Powers not able to get in front of that defender. And because of that, the play blown up, and it's going to force a huge third down.
Don't forget Jason Winstead, defensive coordinator at South Point. Head coach here, but the influence on the defense as Chisholm goes deep to the left. Confusion between he and Butler. Butler cut it to the inside. The pass went to the outside.
And it actually looked like Butler had the inside position on the cornerback. So had he put it right on him, it probably would have been a touchdown, but instead, now it's going to be 4th down.
They're going to go for it on 4th down. They did it twice in the first half. The Gators stopped, turned the ball over on downs.
Get the ball to Meggett.
You said something in the first half. We saw it right here. I want to see Chisholm run the ball.
I mean, Meggett's a big, just give him a chance. Just throw it up, throw the jump ball. There you go, just throw it up to him.
Just a 3-man rush. Chisholm now to the outside, cuts it back in, is going to get the first down. Loses his helmet, he'll have to go out of the game.
Hopefully the backup quarterback's ready. Looked like he wanted to throw the jump ball, but it wasn't there. And also a nice job by Burgess getting up and maybe even getting in the
They're going to call
line.
him short, Everett.
Wow.
They're going to say he was short. Love to see that from the end zone. He's also limping off the field. That's Andrew Allen.
Obviously, from our viewpoint, kind of hard to see. But once again, another positive drive will end in no points for the Stags.
See it a little bit better here. Andrew Allen makes the shoestring tackle.
His knee went down. Once the knee goes down, obviously that's where the ball is marked.
Goose Creek now going to run the ball. Malachi Williams breaks a tackle. Had him stopped at the 2. He's going to finish at the 7-yard line.
Jaden Broughton.
Got a man down for Berkeley right now.
Obviously never good when you have injury. Both teams played hard. The player down.
It's number 35 for Berkeley. DeAndre Desure. See if we can see what happens to him. Looks like he's going to get up, get off on his own power. Looks like something in his nose or his mouth.
He's played a solid game tonight. 2 good football teams. Just unfortunate. It's not like Berkeley has not been able to move the football. Just not have been able to capitalize and put points on the board as of yet. But very impressed. My first time this year seeing Berkeley and Goose Creek. And this Goose Creek team, offensively, defensively, they have the makeup of a team that could absolutely make a run in November.
Ukambu back at the goal line, gets pressured and absolutely drilled. And I believe that's our guy, Jacob Dunn. Ukambu now is going to stay down, slowly make his way back up.
We talked about it as he goes unblocked. As Williams not able to get over in front of Dunn. Or maybe he just knew that Dunn was coming and didn't want to get in front of Dunn.
No, he's not going to do that for his guy.
Well, no, not to obviously get his guy, his teammate blown up. But when you see Dunn coming at you with a full head of steam, that's a tough task. But good to see Makumu up. Now facing a 3rd down. Let's see if Goose Creek, if they play it safe here and just run the football, or if they try to pick it up with the pass.
No way. No pressure. Little screen pass to Malachi Williams. He's got nobody on the left side. Only white jerseys, and he's banged out by Stephen Graham at the 20-yard line. And a Low Country Orthopedics and Sports Medicine first down.
Great call. Little both. Played it safe and threw the football. A simple screen pass. Really didn't have any offensive lineman out there in front of him. But Williams able to make up for missing the previous blitz with picking up a first down.
Enjoyed spending time on the phone with Coach Winstead. Had a lot to say. Mukamu going to hand it off inside to Williams. But I asked him about the numbers. You know, because back in the day, when Reedy was here, and it was 2010, I mean, it was packed, nothing but black jerseys on the sidelines. He said, at some point today, you're going to look down, you're going to see more gold coaching jerseys than you're going to see player jerseys. And I kind of laughed. He goes, no, it's true. He goes, we'll have maybe 42 guys. And he said the numbers are down across the board. But he said a lot of it stems from he sets high expectations during the summer. There are requirements. You have got to be there. He goes, it's the only way we're going to build a winner here. Mukamu looks deep. He's got two receivers down. And having a guy like Muzan and Manny hooking up certainly helps. And a 20-yard completion.
When in doubt, just throw it up and let one of the two come down with it. You had two wide receivers in the position, or in the same spot, I should say, and a nice catch by Damon Muzan as he just mossed the Berkeley Stag defender.
But he said, I had to set those expectations. He goes, you're going to find out who guys are like, I don't really know if I'm really all about that. And Jason's like, I'm fine with that. But I know the 42 guys that we have, and they're going to work together. They're going to sweat together. And a great move on the inside. I had thought Dunn had stripped that ball. And the strength of Mukamu to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, it looked like Dunn actually hit the ball, and he knocked it out of his hand momentarily, as we see right here. And Mukumu, you're right, able to great concentration to protect the football, not turn it over.
Mukamu's hurt. He is favoring his left side. I think on the sack, and I'm going to go all the way back to that first drive when he was hit on the first drive down to our right at the goal line when he was stood up.
Right.
I think he got up awfully slow, and then he takes a hard hit down at the goal line on this drive. And now he's down on the field at about the 32-yard line. That left leg. Watch the left leg, E-Dog.
Kind of buckles under
him. That was the sack where he got hit.
But it was the play, you're right, before that possession before when he went in for the score.
When he got stood up.
Right.
But on that particular play, it looked like that left ankle may have got whiplashed.
It's good that he's able to walk off on his own. It's been a tough night.
Ooh, yep.
Ooh,
there it was.
Yeah.
That's Jaden Broughton. Called his name quite a bit tonight.
So if there ever were a time, Dean, to call a run blitz, if you're a defensive coordinator, I think it's safe to say this would probably be the time to do it.
DJ Matthews now to take over the quarterback duties, almost a Wildcat situation. He's going to keep it himself, go right up the middle. Berkeley's waiting on it, going to stop him now, make it third and about 13.
If you're Jason Winstead right here, you simply want to run as much time off this play clock as you possibly can. Run the ball once again, keep that clock moving, punt it away, and allow your defense to close this game out for you in the event that Mukumu cannot come back.
If I'm coaches at Charleston Southern, if I'm coaches at the Citadel, I'm sending coaches to Goose Creek High School.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell them to look at number 3 first. And you can't tell me Muzan can't play somewhere. Matthew's going to throw the ball. Going to back shoulder throw. Are you kidding me? To Muzan?
Wow.
Are you kidding me? That was perfect.
And here
well
I am
delivered.
Thinking the guy can't throw the ball. He throws a strike. Back shoulder, as you mentioned, perfect. And unfortunately for the Gators, Muzan finally drops one. He's caught everything tonight. That time just simply took his eyes off the ball. But what a throw by Matthews.
Again, you got offers from Albany State and Fort Valley. You can't tell me you can't play in the Big South or the Southern Conference. Matthews now going to punt the ball.
Oh.
Kicks it off his protector. That ball is alive. It's going to be picked up and dropped Goose Creek is going to kick it around a little bit, and now it's up for, it's like tackle the man with the ball.
Throw up tackle as you played as a youngster.
And that is number 26, Nehemiah Simmons, a linebacker. That's so crazy. This actually happened in the Thursday night game with the Patriots.
And the Giants.
That resulted in a touchdown. Matthews makes the stop there. Simmons is going to pick it up. The guy who has the ball ricochet off his backside is going to be tackled at the 26-yard line.
And that ball never really got off the ground for Matthews.
I think Winstead thought, I think he was asking for Berkeley to be called that they had possession of it and then lost control of it, and Goose Creek would have recovered the fumble. But that argument was struck down quickly. And speaking of quickly, Berkeley needs to score quickly. Chisholm looks left, got a man across the middle. There's your quick score. There's your quick strike.
Solomon Butler wide open in the end zone, and finally some life pumped into the Berkeley Stag football team.
One play, 26 yards. Chisholm across the middle. He too banged up on his last series. Butler across the middle. Off a bad punt by Matthews with 36 seconds left here in the third quarter.
We talked about it, Dean. This Berkeley team, they've been in this situation before in terms of trailing late in the second half and coming back to win. Probably the biggest win was the Somerville game 2 weeks ago, where they won 40-37 in overtime, where apparently they trailed almost the entire game until the last minute of regulation, able to score, send it to overtime, and get the win. So there's no quit in this Berkeley Stag football team.
Randy Robinson was not happy at halftime with all aspects and parts of his game. Well, his kicking team just got onto the field late and got to delay a game here to back it up for a 25-yard field goal. That's the things that's got to drive a coach crazy. And I must say, and you said this earlier, and props to you, because I've been sitting there looking at it all game and it hasn't even dawned on me. But the support the Berkeley Stags fans have showed up tonight, as the PAT is good. They've got fans from the 5-yard line to the 5-yard line. It's a great showing tonight.
It is, and the pride of Moncks Corner is now back in this football team. Had some down years, but slowly but surely, Randy Robinson is building this Berkeley football program back to where it needs to be.
We haven't really had an opportunity to talk much about Trey Chisholm or Willie Chisholm, but he was, DJ's brother, yes, but he won the job from Trey Minor over the summer, had a great summer practice. And the very first contact of fall practice, he got hurt. Very first play. Very first play of contact, he gets hurt. As we encourage you to rock on and vote for the Rockstar Cheer of the Night, go to abcnews4.com/poll to vote. So Minor takes over, throws for 300 yards in his first two games, and then gets hurt during the Fort game. Broke a bone in his shoulder. So even though Chisholm beats him out in the summer, Minor comes into play. Chisholm comes in against Fort Dorchester, struggles in the second half as Muzan looks left, cuts it back right, and makes a man miss. And he's got an open field, and he's got open eyes, and finds a great running room, takes it all the way down to the 26-yard line. Oh my goodness, where did he go?
And Uncle Mo's back on the side of Goose Creek, a big play on the special teams. I don't know how he split those two defenders of Berkeley, but somehow he did. This absolutely has to be a tackle, but somehow Muzon able to split it, take it down the sideline, and pick up tons of yardage as they will start this drive in Berkeley territory.
End of the story on Chisholm. Has a great game against Wando, 43-13, and has a great overtime win against Somerville. As Mukamu is back on the field, as Muzan sets him up in prime real estate at the 26-yard line here with 23 seconds left in the third quarter. And that is Simmons, Simmons, Dimitri Simmons taking it now on the carry.
Devon West on the stop for Berkeley. It's probably safe to say if you're Coach Winstead, you tell your quarterback, Mukamu, listen, we're just going to hand it off from here on out. We don't need to take any more hits tonight.
We got a stoppage of play here with 14 seconds left.
Did we miss a penalty flag? We did. A block. Personal foul.
He's going to be offsetting. Winstead out on the field asking for a little bit of clarification here.
So you look at the touch that we've seen from this Goose Creek offense all night long, and now with the ball being on the right hash mark, as well as Mukumu throws the football, this would be the perfect setting for a wheel route along that left sideline. If they can get the slot guy being
Which way you want it? You want left or right?
Go to the left, to the wide side of the field. So let 10 kind of run that skinny post and have 8 come right off his tail.
Well, they're going to let the clock run down to 0. Manny's going to get his team together. They're going to raise 4 fingers to the sky. Yeah, he's calling. That's what I love, man. A leader gets his team together, tells Simmons to get over here. We're going to the 4th. We're going to the break. Jason Winstead said, man, we love to play on TV. We want to play on TV. He goes, in fact, my guys, all week long, all they want to talk about is uniform combinations, right? Coach, what are we going to wear? How about this? How about this? Let's put this together with this. I said, well, Coach, some guys don't like the timeout. Says it slows the games up. He goes, you kidding me? I love commercial timeout. Gives me extra timeouts to work with my guys. And they have responded tonight 21-7. And their uniforms, boys, the combo looks good. 1st and 10 now from the 27. Berkeley's defense got to have a stop. Blitz from the outside. Mukamu going to throw it. He's going to hit. Is that Muzan again?
It is indeed.
Sorry. Can't tell me that this kid can't play for a school in town.
Miles Walker with the big hit. Like the 3rd time tonight we've seen a Berkeley Stag helmet pop off after a big hit. But now a big 2nd down play coming up.
All he's done is just catch everything around him. I think he's going to be my guy. Remember Raekwon Simmons was my guy a couple years ago? Now he's at Wingate, just lighting it up on the kick return, punt return, little wide receiver action. Mukamu flush, quite done. Running right's got room. Going to have a hold call. Oh, my goodness. Oh my the stick on the outside by number 27, Kion Smith, the sophomore wide receiver.
Yeah, Marcel Jackson on the receiving end of the blow. Again, just another dump off here. Just get what you can. Yeah, that's the DB. It's a penalty flag on the play. Was he over the line of scrimmage, Dean?
No, nope. It's holding.
Holding. So that will negate a 1st down play. And then think about it. I believe the clock will be running. Goose Creek up by 2 touchdowns right now. The clock is their friend, so they'll be in no rush in this particular drive. Also
make it about 2nd and 22. We've seen this a couple of times. Doesn't bother him. Mukamu going to look right, going to throw left. There's that jet sweep underneath. Muzan makes a miss. Muzan makes a big miss. Muzan's to the house, extends the lead to 21 again.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness.
Perfect execution. You invite the defensive rush to come in. You calmly, you know it's coming. You just drop it right over the top of it. Perfect screen, perfect execution, great blocking, and Muzan takes it to the house.
Can't tackle what you can't touch. Damon Muzan.
And that was huge for this Goose Creek to get the momentum back. Berkeley starting to feel good. Scored on the last possession. No worry, says the Goose Creek offense. They come back and put 7 points on the board to extend the lead.
Manny to Muzan. The combination worked in the first quarter. 10 plays, 64 yards. In the first, a 1st and goal from the 9. It was Manny to Muzan to make it 7-0. This one a little bit more difficult. 2nd and 22 from the 36-yard line. And he cashes it in from 36. Take a look at the play of the game. The Stars and Stripes getaway play of the game. Manny stepping up. The tip to the inside to DJ Matthews. Through 2 defenders. Who do we got to call to get this on the highlight reel for next week? Somebody.
Please.
Stars and Strikes, getaway play of the game. Manny to Matthews. They got a couple of M&M combinations tonight. You can have it plain with Muzan or peanuts with Matthews.
There you go. But what a turnaround job Jason Winstead has done. And a lot of times, Dean, it's just about getting the athletes to come out on the football field.
That ball's going to hit the ground. It's going to be Megan. Megan's got the skill. He's going to take it down the left side. He's got one guy to beat. And he's going to get a horse collar tacked on to that great return.
It looked like those long legs looked like a deer just running down the sideline. He was looking to take it to the house, but the face mask penalty will be tacked on at the end, Dean. And just like that, the Stags said, we're not done. This game's not over. They'll have 15 more yards and looking for another one-play drive if they can.
So that should take it down to the 20-yard line, a short field to work with. After Mukamu and Muzan connect from 36 to make it 28-7. And now a little pep in the step by the Berkeley Stags.
For some reason, Dean, I got a feeling this is going to be a very exciting fourth quarter.
You like the last 11 minutes here?
Yeah, I don't think this one's over by any stretch of imagination.
Let me pull up my chair, pay a little bit more attention. Chisholm flush to the right side. He's got the speed. He's got Butler across the middle. Butler's going to take it over, reach out.
Another one-play touchdown.
And the hands go to the sky.
Yes, indeed.
A one-play touchdown as Chisholm limps off the field and Butler sprints.
Solomon Butler with the one hand taken to the end zone. He just puts it in one hand, kind of carries it like a loaf of bread, able to break the plane, hit the pylon, and just like that, the Stags are back in this football game.
I'm glad you told me to pay attention.
There you go. We got a bunch of stars out here, and the stars for the Stags are striking quickly.
They are striking.
Stars and strikes.
Well done. So that was to Butler as well.
How about this? The last 2 possessions for Berkeley, 2 plays, probably roughly, what's this, 25, probably about 60 yards, 2 touchdowns.
26 yards on the first one, 25 yards on that one. Chisholm to Butler. All right, our Will Lou Gray stop of the game. There's the stick right there on the backside. A guy to keep an eye out for. 2 hours ago, we said watch out for Jacob Dunn. 13 tackles against Somerville tonight. These are Will Lou Gray never stop learning stop of the game.
This Berkeley team, they're not done. This game's still plenty of time left, 10:53. The most important thing right now, Dean, if you're a Berkeley Stag, is you got to force a 3 and out. Obviously, you're the Goose Creek Gators. You want to, of course, if you put points on the board, but at least come up with a first down or 2, kind of string them together to take some time off this clock and shorten the game if you are the Gators.
Three touchdown passes on the night for Manny Mukamu. 2 touchdown passes now on the night for Willie Chisholm.
Randy Robinson not happy. He's like, son, I didn't want you to kick it to me. I wanted to kick it into the open. So what will it be here over the last 10:53? Can the Goose Creek offense keep the red-hot Berkeley offense all of a sudden really dormant up until this point? And I guess I shouldn't say dormant because they moved the ball. They just couldn't score.
They have moved the ball. They had, let me go back and look, and they had 8 plays with nothing. They had another 8-play drive in the first quarter. They had a 12-play drive that was stopped. So they've had their opportunity. It's just that the Goose Creek defense has been that much better, and they are going to stick it on the ground. And this is Malachi Williams. It is going to pick up 12.
Nice job.
Not bad for a point guard.
Yeah. Nice job by the offensive line, opening up that big gap right there in the middle. Helmet on helmet. Berkeley Stags not able to stop them from picking up a first down. So obviously the drive will continue.
I agree with you. You have got to run the ball. By the way, glad we checked in. Is that number 92, Shane Walker, the junior defensive end. Mukamu in the backfield, handed off to Williams. Got a huge hole at the middle. Going to pick up 10, 15. Going to be 17 yards before he's dragged down, and they have found a soft spot in that Berkeley defense right at the gut.
Now you're starting to wonder if maybe this Berkeley defense, which has been on the field for so long, if they're starting to tire out. Another big run by Williams and a touchdown saving tackle there by the secondary of Berkeley.
And a Low Country Orthopedics Sports Medicine first down.
If I'm Jason Winstead, I don't even flip my play chart over. I'm on all runs. Runs. I don't even think about putting this ball in the air.
He's had a great effort tonight by Dimitri Simmons, number 9. He's got a lot out of Malachi Williams. That's where they're going to go back. Makes man miss. Going to power forward. Going to have a little just tug of war with number 18, Stephen Graham. The whistle's blown. Williams wants pay dirt.
Yes, Stephen
Can't
Graham.
deposit it right now.
And Stephen Graham couldn't get him on the ground. I'm surprised that the officials blew the whistle because he was still definitely fighting for yards. So Graham here, you can tell, having a hard time. Let the play go until they can stop him.
I agree with you. It was clean. It was a clean play. Now Williams coming off. He's got some helmet issues. You can bring Simmons back in. And played an instrumental role in the third quarter on a couple of these drives. They're going to, Mukamu's going to keep it. He's going to lunge forward, be short of the first down, make it 3rd and short.
And this is a championship, what we call a championship drive, Dean. That's, hey, offensive lineman, we are not going to pass the ball. We're going to run the ball. We need to run the clock all the way, take as much time off the clock as possible, but we need to run the ball down the field and close this game out. And that's exactly what this offensive line has done thus far, led by my man, number 70, Jaden Johnson.
See if Cancer, Middleton, Broughton, and Walker can step up on that defensive line. Mukamu not going to throw it across the middle, in and out of the hands of number 23, Walik Boyd. I don't mind the call. I don't mind the call because that means you're going for it on 4th down, right?
Correct.
But I think Boyd makes a great play here. Step in front of him.
Interception. Got him in the hands.
Matthews wanted a flag, not going to get it.
And you like the aggressiveness of Winstead. The only negative about that play is the clock was stopped. So now it's 4th down. So if the Berkeley defense, which has been getting beaten up all night long, if they can muster up one stop right here, get the ball back to their red-hot offense, now it's a whole different story. That's not a smart
Winstead,
play.
well, it's going to take a timeout right here. Let's have a conversation. You betcha. It's a 28-14 game. We'll give you 2 minutes to grab something from the fridge, take a bathroom break. When we come back, maybe the best 8 minutes of football we've seen so far in Friday Night Rivals. We're back after this Congratulations to the Rockstar Cheer of the Night winners, the Berkeley Stags. As we turn our attention back to the field now, 4th and 2, a 2-touchdown game from the 30-yard line. Williams in the backfield next to Mukamu. 3 wide receivers. Mukamu's going to try to take it up the middle, runs off the right side. He's going to push his way forward. And I'm going to tell you what, the far line judge had moved past. He moved past the stick, and then he came back.
Right foot, left foot. Let's take a look at the replay here.
You see him right here to the...
Official timeout on the field for measurement.
It's going to be close.
We've got a bad advantage to where we are, and we're blocked by 22 very angry teenagers. He's not going to get it.
He's short, yep.
He's not going to get it. So the Berkeley defense makes a stag stand when they have to.
Well, they've not stopped them a lot tonight, but they've come up with a huge stop here with 8:19. And so now Uncle Mo back on the side of the Berkeley Stags as the red-hot offense led by Chisholm will take the field again. And I'm telling you, Dean Stevens, if I'm Chisholm, I am looking for number 4 or obviously number 2.
Butler 2, Megan 4, Chisholm back. Absolutely no pressure. Got all the time in the world, going to scramble out left. He's got room to run if he wants it, and he does. But I'm going to tell you, he's not 100% on that leg. Picks up 6 on the play.
And a nice job by the secondary of Goose Creek, not allowing anyone to free themselves. As you're right, Dean, you can tell he's kind of favoring that leg. Really couldn't
It was the
take
right
off.
side when he was taken down 2 series ago.
But you don't have to have the home run. 5-yard curls, 10 yards, just work the sidelines. You got Butler, or excuse me, Megan at the top. Throw the quick pass and get out of bounds.
There's
there you
the
go.
quick pass right there. It's going to be enough for a first down. The clock will run.
You got to get out of bounds
as he hits Butler.
Like right now, Berkeley is a 2-possession game, so you almost have to be, not almost, you have to be in your 2-minute offense. The goal is to maybe try to score with 4 minutes or more left on the clock because they still have all 3 of their timeouts.
Russian 3, linebackers have stepped back. They're going to bring one up the middle. And the guy coming up the middle, Andrew Allen, on the delayed blitz.
Nice stop by Allen. Went untouched once again, filled that kind of that B gap as they call it. Able to get him on the ground, and a big play by the Goose Creek defense.
Andrew Allen's had a really nice game tonight. 5'10", 210 linebacker, just a junior.
Look for a swing pass. Get him out here on the wide side of the field.
2nd and 12. He's going to go outside to Butler. Butler mistimed his jump, and I think it threw everything off. Incomplete pass, make it 3rd and 13.
Kind of saw the defenders coming up the field. And just got to look the ball into your hands.
Kyle Gill had the block sealed.
And you know, Dean, we saw Goose Creek score on the last play on a screen pass to the middle. I'd like to see a screen pass here. You got a jacked up defensive line of Goose Creek. You know they want to have roll call at the ball. They want to come in and get a quarterback sack. Throw the screen right in the middle.
He's going to look right, going to be flush right, going to throw it across the middle. Butler's going to be stopped about 2 yards short. Man, he's a good-looking receiver.
He is, but if you're Berkeley, you got to hurry up. Try to catch them in a substitution, a quick snap, something you maybe catch them outside and pick up an easy 5 yards.
Devontae Pryor with the stop.
Right.
4th and a long 2.
Just throw it right there. There you go. See, you got to you have to snap the ball in that situation to get in the encroachment call. But
they're going to get encroachment anyway.
Right.
Or offsides, as we like to say from the old school.
So that'll be an automatic first down for the Stags, and the drive will continue. So you got to look for matchups, Dean. Like, where is there a one-on-one? Where do you have an advantage? You know, the ball's on the left hash mark. You got a quarterback that's not 100%. If that safety is kind of over the top, they're just wide side of the field to the bottom of the field.
Chisholm's going to go left. He's going to throw it way up for Butler. Butler's going to make an unbelievable catch. I don't know if they're going to say he retained possession the entire way out. He's going to have a conference on the sidelines. The ball was a little bit underthrown. Looked like he cradled it in his right arm as if it was a newborn, and they are going to give him the catch. Let's take a look.
What an amazing catch. Now, we need to send this in, Dean, obviously, for next week's highlights. But a nice job, uses positioning. One-hand catch. Got a foot down. Great catch by my man, Hakeem Meggett.
Chisholm looking right. Going to be flush right. Going to be double. Throws it out left. It's going to be, yeah, it's
incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass.
And
he had
hurt.
56 and 11. That's Gavin White Burgess, your guy. And they had Pryor coming on the blitz. Pryor put the pressure on. Gavin Burgess brought him to the ground.
But, you know, that's the one time, Dean, that's a blessing in disguise, him not catching that ball. He was so far behind the line of scrimmage. Time would have continued by him not catching that, throwing the ball out of bounds. It stops the clock. They don't lose any yardage. Now they have a new chance at 2nd down on 10.
2nd and 10 for the 15. Chisholm going to throw it quick. He's got a ball across the middle, and he's going to fall into the end zone. And that's a touchdown again to Solomon Butler.
Here come the Stags. Here come the Berkeley Stags. I told you this game was not over. This was going to be an exciting 4th quarter. We saw this against Somerville, and once again, the no-quit Berkeley Stags have made this a 1-possession game.
The Butler trio, 3 touchdown receptions on the night now. This one from 15 yards out, the last one from 25, and before that, 26.
Oh.
And the extra point is blocked inside by number 26, I believe, Nehemiah Simmons. Well, that changes the complexion a bit, doesn't it not?
It does indeed. It's still a 1-possession game, but now obviously should Berkeley be able to score again, they'll have to attempt go for 2. But, I mean, Dean, look at it. It's 6:15 left. Still plenty of time left to be played in this football game. If you're Randy Robinson, you get your defense on the sideline. You say, hey, you know what? Now they're on their heels. We're the aggressor. Now they're going to go into that prevent kind of type offense, which we always say it only prevents you from winning. So
yes, it does.
If you're Jason Winstead, continue doing what you've done to get to this point of your 28 points. Don't just automatically go in a run mode, because right now the momentum is definitely on the side of the Berkeley Stags.
That went 8 plays, 70 yards. More importantly, just took 2 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock.
They're scoring fast. You don't need a lot of time to get the ball down the field. So now we'll have to see what Makumu and Muzon, what they can do, if they can answer the punch. It's like a heavyweight battle going on here in this 4th quarter.
Onside kick. And he fielded it a little early.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right now, he grabbed that ball about the 48-yard lines. The referee is saying he's going to spot it at the 50, maybe an inch to the left, an inch short. But he touched that ball at about the 49, 48.5-yard line. If they give this ball to Berkeley.
But he didn't have to catch it that soon. I mean, he could have let it go 2 or 3 more yards because the front line of Goose Creek had already retrieved.
So they're going to go ahead and spot it just before the 50-yard line. I was going to tell you, I was glad I'm going to be up in the press box if that ball went to Berkeley.
Right. That front line, they'd already started to kind of go back and get in their blocking position. Didn't even think of the onside call. Great call by Randy Robinson. Just unfortunately for him, couldn't execute the play.
6:15 on the clock. Lukamu's going to hand it off inside. Running hard's Malachi Williams. And a great play, I'm telling you right now. An absolute great play by number 18, Malachi Taylor. He had a chance to put a block on a guy that would have been a block in the back, and he just stopped.
Shane Walker with a big hit, but how about this move by Williams? You talk about pick your ankles up. Little shake and bake here.
Right there, he just didn't touch him.
Again, the big hit by Walker, but you got to get him down.
You could tell when Williams got the ball, man, there was energy and force behind that run, and they're going to let this play clock go down to 10.
Their play clock's on both ends in the end zone, so they should be snapping this ball with 2 seconds or less.
They're going to hand it back off, this time inside to Williams. He's going to pick up maybe a yard. Berkeley still with 3 timeouts. The official has words now with Malachi Taylor. I'm not sure what that was about. He's also going to address number 23, Walik Boyd.
Like I said, a heated rivalry. A lot of these guys, they play together during the summer on 7-on-7. So, healthy competition, going at each other. Everybody wants to win. Who's going to have the bragging right, so to speak, on Twitter, on social media when they see each other. They'll all talk about this night that they put on a show right here on Friday Night Rivals.
Waiting for that clock down to 8 to 7. He's going to hand it back off inside. Williams patient on the run, cuts it to the outside, spins it, and he's going to pick up about 8 on the play, make it 3rd and 2 now. Great run by Williams.
Offensive line continuing to do a great job. He got the tackle there, but big 3rd down play here, Dean. You almost have to take a gamble there. You got to do a run blitz. You got to come all out, and they throw the ball, and they beat you with the pass. That's just what they do. But you got to have
3 from the 30, 4:19 on the clock.
8 guys in the box.
Buzan's in motion. They're going to look. He's got Buzan on the outside, a little high, but that guy's got hands, and they're connected to his body and the football. Wow. Clutch.
That was not an easy catch by any stretch of the imagination with the defender draped on him. Really good coverage by Miles Walker.
The lockdown corner, great coverage. And you talk about you were impressed with the catch. I think the throw had to be perfect, and it was.
So again, now I'm assuming after these plays is when you'll see Randy Robinson start to utilize his timeouts. Try to save as much time as possible.
1st and 10. Williams going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Moves ahead there as Javion Snow comes in from his defensive back spot. He plays the stag position. Picks up just 1 here.
I'm surprised that the Stags are just letting the clock run. Maybe they're going to utilize the timeout on 3rd down. Of course, 40-second play clocks in high school.
I'm going to tell you, this is where I'm impressed with Winstead, the 2nd-year coach, having the confidence in the quarterback to let that play clock wind down. As Mukamu on a bad leg pushes forward for about 5. The clock keeps on ticking, 2:47, 34 on the play clock. 30 now on the play clock, so they could run it down all the way to about 2:10 before they snap this ball.
And they're already in somewhat field goal range inside the 20-yard line, so field goal pretty much sealed the fate. So
David Kennedy missed a 37-yarder by about a yard. He was on the money, but again, came up a yard short. Right now it's about a 36-yarder, 34-yarder. It's 3rd and 5 for Mukamu. He's going to fake it left, cut back in left. He's got the 1st down and more. Drives down to the 8-yard line.
Gutsy performance, gutsy run. Mukamu taking a pounding all night long. Had to take a couple of plays off, but when his team needed him the most, on a crucial 3rd down, the big guy delivers.
3rd and 5. And I thought the Berkeley defense had it played so well. Mukamu cuts it back inside and picks up a crucial 1st down. Now Randy Robinson goes to the timeout. All right, your Cruise Chevrolet drive of the game. It started with this. A block punt in the back of a player. Goose Creek fumbling around. Simmons picks it up, but it's going to lead to Chisholm and Butler. They connect 3 times on the night to make this a close game, 28-20 with 2:08. That may be the drive of the game, but the drive of the season for Goose Creek is happening right now.
Yeah.
6-play drive. They got the ball with 6:15 on the clock. Everett,
and if they
the ever-critical timekeeper up here, wanted to burn clock time all game. And now they've done just that.
Exactly.
2:08 ball at the 7-yard line. Mukamu looking for Williams. He's going to take it up the middle and take a stag with him. 34-20. Manny Mukamu has done it with his arm and now does it with his legs.
Refused to be denied. The big guy right up the middle. Like you said, Dean, not only did he take the football, but he took a stag with him into the end zone. And Goose Creek now with 34 points on the night. And that might be the final straw for this Berkeley Stag football team.
Kennedy puts it up, makes it a 15-point game with 2:01 left. And we talk about how sports at times can be decided by just inches in basketball, in baseball, and tonight in football. Because that onside kick, it was beauty.
Yes.
But it was an inch too short. If it was touched an inch later, Berkeley has the ball with a chance to tie the game at the 50-yard line. Instead, that man, our player of the game, and a nice smile.
And, you know, Dean, even on those onside kicks, they normally teach you to get to the 50-yard line and put your back to the team to kind of like shield the football and kind of almost like a ground ball, let the football come to you. If you think back to it, he kind of picked it up on the side as he was going towards the 50-yard line, and that is the difference in potentially a win or a loss for this Berkeley team.
3 touchdown passes on the night, 2 to Luzon, 1 to Matthews, and now a touchdown run by Manny. And now Berkeley's got to do something with it. Solomon Butler is going to take it out at the 25-yard line, and a huge hit by number 82. Gerard Jenkins says, "Put me on TV."
6 foot, 165-pound junior. Have not called his name all night, and he saw an opportunity to have Dean Stevens mention his name, and that's why he blew him up on the sideline.
Also want to point this guy out to number 93, defensive lineman for Goose Creek. You see him right there. His name's Simeon Kennedy, defensive end, junior, 6'1", 260. He's in the band. He's not only in the band, he's an all-state band member. Great grades, honors classes across the board. Well done, young man. Keep working hard as the Gators defense stops Butler.
So, what does Mr. Kennedy do? Does he, like, at halftime just Superman and put on his band uniform?
There's a concert band, right? So this is the marching band here.
Gotcha.
He's in the concert band.
Okay, gotcha.
Did not inquire as to what instrument he played, but 6'1", 260, he can
asking.
play with whatever he wants. Allen, Chisholm goes deep, a little push-off.
Oh, my goodness.
Doesn't matter, not called. Willis taking it to the house. Are you kidding me? Rod Gardner is in the house.
In the great words of Lee Corso, not so fast, my friends. We still got 1:17 left. Dino, the bomb for Berkeley, and the Stags just refused to go away. Now, Rod Gardner did not push.
I'm just saying, a big throw by Chisholm on the money to Willis. My goodness, will it ever end?
I mean, these guys just will not go away. So they're down by 9, Dean.
Was that a two? They've had how many one-play drives? One-play touchdown
3.
drives.
That'll be the 3rd one. So this is crucial here. He's got to hit this to make it an 8-point game. If he misses this, it's pretty much over.
Snaps down, kick is good.
All right, so now you know the onside kick is coming. Berkeley still has 2 timeouts left. So look for the hands team from Goose Creek. You see Randy Robinson there, the head coach of the Berkeley Stags, thinking what could have been.
65-yard touchdown strike. Berkeley will just not go away. I don't know why. I'm sure Eisberg could answer it for me. Why these two teams didn't play each other for 10 years or for 8 years, from 2010 to 2018.
Well, I know for a while there, back in the Chuck Reedy era, there were a lot of teams that did not want to play the machine known as Goose Creek. And, of course, at that time, Berkeley was having some down years, and it may have been a situation. That's when Jeff Cruz, I believe, was the head coach here at Berkeley. Just didn't fit into their schedule.
I'm not buying it. David Shelton's next door. He'll know.
It's good to see David Shelton. Obviously covers the high school sports like none other here in town, and good to see him.
There's the onside kick. It's a good bounce right into the arms of the Goose Creek Gators.
But then you got to let your teammates get ready. But the kicker just went up there, and I mean, his guys weren't even ready.
as number 15, Alex Dial, defensive back, junior with the good hands.
Oh, dial it up, Alex. Dial it up.
Berkeley now with 2 timeouts.
Oh, little penalty flag there. Little words being exchanged between Mukumu.
Number 92, I believe.
Is that Shane Walker?
Shane Walker, defensive end, has played hard the entire game.
Sportsmanlike against the defense. And both, so good. Both guys obviously jawing.
Being taught. Hakeem Haynes pulled Walker aside on the sidelines, talked to him. I did not see what happened.
Basically, Walker got in the face of Mukumu. I'm sure he was probably just saying, hey, man, you want to hang out at Northwoods Mall tomorrow? But he just got a little too aggressive when he said it. And so, yeah, offsetting penalties.
We got 2 timeouts here, so they got to stretch the field. We got Taylor and Muzan deep left. They're going to go ahead and run the ball. Mukamu's just going to keep his head down, follow his line as the Stags going to pile in. We're going to have it looks like an injury on the play. Stephen Graham comes up limping at the 40-yard line.
Now, if you're Berkeley, you have to tackle the football team. You need to try and poke it out of the hands of Mukumu, big in size, and just try to maybe catch him being careless with the football.
Berkeley calls a timeout. Mukamu is taken away by his teammates. Keep your head, young man. All right, the touchdown explosion started with Dimitri Simmons, a 1-yard touchdown. Then it was Chisholm to Butler, made it 21-7. Then Manny to Muzan. Nope, excuse me. That's Chisholm now again. This time to Butler. Manny's going to take the touchdown run. 3 touchdowns through the air, one through the air, 1 rushing, and then Chisholm to Willis to make it 35-27. They could not convert the onside kick. Now Goose Creek up 8 in full control with 1:05 left. Berkeley's got 1 timeout to burn.
So I'm pretty sure Coach Winstead not looking to put it in the air. Even though Berkeley still with 1 timeout left, they can stop it after that.
I'm no mathematician, but I think you could snap the ball here. They could call a timeout, right?
Right, and that was stopping me about a minute left. Then
and
you
then
run
you
another
have
play.
3rd down and you're done.
Right, exactly, because there's a 40-second play clock.
They're going to snap it anyway. Mukamu's going to take it up the middle. He's going to drive forward. And right now, if I'm the officials, I want to take the chippiness out of it, right? It's been a great played game. Been well played. The timeout comes right here. And I'm going to tell you something else I saw at the beginning of this game. I don't know how good Nick Queso is on the replay. But after the coin toss 2.5 hours ago, both captains from Berkeley and Goose Creek all came together in the middle of the field. It wasn't like, I don't think there were cross words. I think it just looked like good sportsmanship to me, right? It was pretty cool. You know, it wasn't a quick handshake.
Right.
I mean, they were there for, a good 5 or 10 seconds.
A crucial error here, Dean, because about 10 seconds ran off the clock before Berkeley called the timeout. Okay, so they're going to put time back on it.
Winstead was saying 55 seconds. They're going to put 55 seconds back on the clock. Winstead screaming at his punt team to be ready. If his offense picks up a 1st down, we're going to have Golden Tones, Brody Hart getting ready to do our post-game celebration. I see that fist in the air, my man.
On this play, Dean, I kind of run and use some clock, not
there
just straight up
He's going to go right and left. Jacob Dunn meets him.
And they pull him forward
but
for a 1st
Manny,
down.
Does he go forward 1st down? He was stopped by Dunn.
Right.
2 yards behind the 1st down marker. And they're going to go 1st down. And here is the handshake. I mean, this looks like guys who, they know these. They know each other, like you said. All right, so Goose Creek finishes it off with a plow in the middle by Mukamu. They're in victory formation. And And let me go ahead and just jump the gun for you guys in the truck. Our Marine Corps player of the game tonight, that man, number 3, who just took down his teammate, Jeroid Simmons.
I thought Jeroid was
Manny
hurt.
Makumu. I don't know who your brother is, because tonight it's all about you. And he sprints over to shake the hand of Randy Robinson and give him a hug. All class, all the way. I'm not saying that Goose Creek is back, but if you're in Region 7-5A, you better pay attention to Manny Makumu. Maybe this is our hit of the night. Great game here as we go to break. Take a listen to our friend Trooper Bob and the Low Country Orthopedics and Sports Medicine folks. We're back with our post-game show after this. PJ Broderick, we see you, kid. Do the backflip. Great night at Goose Creek High School. The first signature win of the Jason Winstead era, but certainly not to be the last. Manny Makumu, 3 touchdowns passing, 1 running. Goose Creek survives a furious Berkeley rally. Right now, our Brody Hart on the field. Enjoy this one, kid.
All right, guys, so first of all, got to congratulate Manny Makumu. He is our Low Country Orthopedics player of the game, and I lost our coach. Here we go. Coach, the game got real tight in the second half.
Yeah, it's just part of learning to win, and hopefully we're getting there, and maybe next time we won't make it so entertaining at the end. But proud of the guys.
It's a big win going into the next week. What do we do now?
We try to go 3-0 in the region. I mean, you can't win the region without winning them all. So we 2 steps in, and we got 3 more to go.
Okay, all right. Well, Coach, here we go. We got the Stars and Strikes Championship Trophy. Here we go.
I'm going to tell you what, it's been a long time coming for this program to have a win like that.
Did you see the turnover chain somewhere in there, Dino?
I did. Thanks to all our sponsors for making F&R possible. Next week game, going to be a new look. Oceanside Philip Simmons. Tonight's final score, 35-27. Later tonight, tune into ABC News 4 at 11 o'clock for Friday Night Rivals for a complete rundown of the scores from around the Low Country. We'll see you next week on Stars and Strikes Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. And oh, by the way, Clemson, Florida State, 3:30 ABC tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.